Yes, people. Happy Monday. How we doing? North London Derby was yesterday. In case you forgot, Spurs picked up a point. My hair looked fucked up. Probably shouldn't have dropped that F-bomb first thing at the beginning of the thing, but hey, here we are. Sorry that I'm late. Any parents out there, you know how it goes. Trying to put your child down, and guess who falls asleep? Not your child, but you. How you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome to episode number 58. What a Monday it's been indeed. I feel like Spurs fans are all happy, aren't we? How we all doing? Honestly, this poll is not working. On my end, that shows 0 votes. Can someone tell me what y'all see in the poll? The question of today is, how do you feel at the end of that match? Or how did you feel at the end of the match? There's a few options there, but for some reason, I see 0 votes, 0% all across the board. I don't know if anyone else can see that, but it looks fucked up. That's 2 F-bombs within 5 minutes. How we doing? Got limited monetization yesterday. Did a watch along, first ever watch along on the channel. And it's been a while since I've seen that limited monetization for me cursing, but alas, here we are. Poll not working, happens with age. Oh, come on. How we all doing? Happy Monday. Let me get to the chat. Let me end this poll. Let me start another one. I want to start the show over, if I'm honest. How did we feel yesterday? Okay, so now it shows me on the results. I just ended the poll and it shows me on the results. I apologize to everyone who has voted, but a big ups to the 22 of you who have liked already in the first 5 minutes of this show. Big up yourself right now. Let me lower this music a little bit. It's a little loud in my ear. Hang on. How we doing? Happy Monday. How did we feel yesterday? The first option, I'm going to say Spurs should have won minus 2 points. Arsenal should have won. Well, instead of putting their name in there, I don't want to see their name, so I'm going to say Spurs lucky to not lose plus 1 point. And then I'm going to say deserve the win either way. And I really should try to just ask the same thing, but there you go. There's 3 options. The poll is alive again. There was zeros on the poll, so I fluffed the poll, fluffed a lot of things yesterday on the first ever watch along, fluffed the intro to this video. So big ups everybody if you are watching this back on playback. Cheers. Happy Monday. I'm still sipping away, enjoying the fact. Don't worry about that says Cowboys. Don't worry about that. I'm just saying I'm still drinking away. It's non-alcoholic, by the way. I don't partake in alcohol. It's not my thing. But let's see who got the first place prize. Milton Nobrega says, afternoon, Jacob and everyone in the chat. Can't wait for us to play Liverpool. Going to be an exciting game. Big up Milton with the first chat. You get first place prize, my friend. I feel like I'm all over the place right now because I'm disheveled. I just woke up. Like, look at my hair. It's all that messed up. Hang on. Let me groom myself like a kitty. Let me groom myself real quick live on air. There's like hairs in the back of my shirt. Come on now. Sorry, I fell asleep. Like I said, trying to put my son to sleep. I was starting to fall asleep. So there you go. Moondog in the house. I was in your corner, Jacob, on the football terrace. Deluded Arsenal fans. Big up Moondog. You did hit me with that. Well, you didn't hit me, but you hit Terry Fleurs with the super chat. Big up yourself right now, because honestly, I was looking through some of the comments. People were pretty upset with what I had to say. People were pretty upset, but that'll happen when your manager's Arteta and he literally cries at every juncture. Gabriel Jesus is their striker. There's countless pictures of him crying. Nothing wrong with crying, but when you're trying to be like a physical force and be intimidating, I'm going to say that is the time in which you should not be crying, because crying does not make you seem intimidating. But a lot of Arsenal fans are crying. Their leader cries, and Arteta, Boohoo Saka, as I like to call him now. That's officially going to be his new nickname, because he cries just as well as the rest of them. And I think that's why he was made captain. It's very fun to watch. Chris Peters, first YouTube chat member in the house, says, evening, Jacob and chat. Come on, you Spurs. We showed ours that we are not to be underestimated. Rice who? Hey, you want to talk about uncomfortable conversations? They don't like it. But anywhere you see an Arsenal fan, you should just say Rice equals $105 million Højbjerg. Because honestly, who's Rice? Everything that they say he does well is the same things that they say Pierre-Emile Højbjerg does well. Everything that they like about his game, he didn't do yesterday. So, and I've had this conversation with a few Arsenal fans. So it's pretty sad to see, honestly. But it is a good Monday for me. Getting a point away from home against a Big Six club. I'm told they're title contenders. I'm told. I mean, look at the evidence. They were runners up last season. Obviously, they fumbled the bag last season, and then they spent 105 on Rice. They spent 65 on Havertz. How much ever on Jurrien Timber? Look, these guys are supposed to be going for the title, and they couldn't even take us off the park at their own place. And I'm told that's a place you can't go play. And we just showed up and played Ainge Postecoglou ball. Mighty fine. You know, it is a draw. It is, honestly, a lot of Spurs fans, and I agree with them, are saying this is 2 drop points. Honestly, if I had to pick a poll option, I'm a little bit like, dang, we could have walked out of there with all 3 points. That would have been very nice to see, but maybe next year. As for this year, we walk away with a point. And you know what? That's a major improvement, because last season we walked up there and we got stomped up. It was not nice. I did not like last season. So this was a different result. And I knew we wouldn't go in there and lose, pretty much. I just felt that way. I know a lot of other Spurs fans felt that way. It's because of Ainge Postecoglou, primarily. But big up Chris Peters, first YouTube chat. Second YouTube chat member, Kate, with Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs, says big up Jacob. Big up Kate. I saw your message on WhatsApp. I haven't read it yet, but big up. I will check it out in 1 second. It's serious business, so I want to give it like my undivided attention. Chris Peters in the house. Hansi G. Well, hopefully we get some respect from the. Honestly, Hansi, I don't mind if we don't get respect from the footballing community. Keep sleeping on us. I've been saying this. I said this last week when everyone was like, I don't know, we're going to the Emirates, this, that, and the other. I said, I want them to keep sleeping. People disrespecting us, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. Some people are really upset that we are disrespected going into this match. To me, I think it's just a matter of time until everyone realizes what all Spurs fans have realized, which is Ainge Postecoglou is your father. The sooner you come to terms with Ainge being your father, the sooner you can be living a healthy life. The sooner you accept that Sonny is a GOAT, at least for Tottenham Hotspur. So 150 goals, y'all. 150 goals for Heung Min Son, a brace in the North London derby. They're saying Harry who? Harry Potter, maybe. I don't know. That's the only Harry I can think of. Spurs GCTV, another YouTube chat member in the house, says, evening, Jacob. Keep up the great work, bud. Still buzzing from a great performance. Proud of the boys. Good to see you, Spurs GCTV. Again, big ups to everybody who did tune into that live stream, the first ever watch-along live stream, I should say. So big ups to everybody who did partake in that and help that be a fun time. We did hit over 100 some odd likes, so that's big ups. That's every time. I appreciate that. That means a lot. So appreciate y'all showing support. Rich was in the house hitting with super chats for Sonny. It was intense. It was intense. Honestly, I think tonight, after my son goes to bed, I'm going to put together a little highlight reel from yesterday. So shout out Zapur. I saw you with some time codes. Any other time codes, hit that video. If you're like, oh, this moment, if you were there yesterday and you liked it, like, tell me. I'll put it in the video too. Elvis G says, big up Jacob and chat. What impressed me more than the result on Sunday was the way we played and came back from being a goal behind twice. The second time was only 30 seconds, I believe. It was a great time. Big up Chris Peters. You joining Call and me next time. What does this mean, Chris Peters? I don't know what this means. But big up Colin with talking ball every single time. C. Sherman, another YouTube chat member, Patreon member, says, Rice lost me 500 on prize picks. All he needed was 3 tackles. He got 0. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you get. I'm sorry, C. Sherman. I love you. But why are you betting on Rice to do anything? Why are you betting on Rice to do anything? That's what I want to know. I would only bet on him to do bad things. I'd bet on him to not get 3 tackles. So you see what, C. Sherman? That's karma. That's North London Derby karma right there. All them Arsenal fans going chirp, 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 like a little bird in a tree. Chirp, 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 banging on their chair. You don't come to the Emirates. Chirp, 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 chirp. They all dance. Notice the dances they were doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Notice the chest that they had. They were doing this elaborate dance. We're Arsenal. We're gonna. You come into our place. You play ain't supposed to Koglu ball. I mean, I could sit here and pull up quotes, pull up clips, pull up tweets. I could do all that, but y'all seen it. Why would I do that? That's redundant. Y'all know who you are. There was even Spurs fans predicting us to lose, which I hope now they have a little more faith in their own club. For me, I never thought that we were going in there and lose. The style that we play, the manner in which we play, we grab the game, the fight that we bring to these clubs. I knew we were not gonna walk away with an L. Now, if we're talking about Liverpool, this is going to be a different thing because Liverpool I actually rate higher than Arsenal. I think that they are dark horses for the league, at least to challenge City. Again, dark horse, very unlikely. But see, Sherman, why are you betting on Rice? That's what karma. That's karma, bro. I love you. I hope you get that 500 back in another bet where you said Rice is gonna poo-poo his pants before halftime or something. That's the bet I want to see. Spurs. GCTV says, wait, where's that little button? There it is. Boop. I was looking in the corner. I was like, where's that thing? So many individual battles all over the pitch, and in my opinion, over the whole game, our boys came out on top. Some pundits saying, so Spurs... So no, some pundits were saying Spurs players couldn't even. There were YouTubers saying, "Oh, I wouldn't put any," and some of it was them just saying, "I would never pick a Spurs player to be in my 11," which is ridiculous for a content creator because you should be able to have the elasticity mentally and emotionally to stretch your mind beyond your bias, which I believe I could do fairly well at times, but during game day I cannot. But, predicting an 11, like, it doesn't make me feel some type of way if I acknowledge the fact that there's an Arsenal player better at a position than what we have. I don't think there's any shame in that. But some people are weird. Some people are really weird about their predictions as far as GCTV. I'll say that much. And not the good, funny weird. Like, I'm kind of a weird person. If you know me personally and you know me in life, you watch the channel long enough, you've probably seen some of my weirdness. I would consider myself pretty weird. But there's, like, hee-hee, ha-ha, funny weird. And then there's like, oh, that's creepy weird. And honestly, if anyone can't pick a Spurs player in their starting 11 now out of their combined 11 and Arsenal and if you can't do it now after what you witnessed yesterday, then you are for sure the creepy kind of weird, my friend. Beer Talk, big up. Just big up, y'all. That game reminded me of being with an old girlfriend, both painful and fun. It did not remind me of that, sir, but I'm glad you, I think, enjoyed it. I don't know how to interpret this. I don't know if that means you had a bad time, but hey, man, different strokes for different folks. Spurs are indeed a young team. Big up Gio Ray, another YouTube chat member in the house. Big up everybody. Big up Daniel Keppel Music. We ended up scoring 3 goals from open play yesterday. They got a lucky penalty to draw 2-2. We had a lot of chances. Remember, Brennan Johnson had 2 really fantastic chances early on the match that honestly, if it had not been his first start ever for Tottenham Hotspur, maybe someone could have put those in. But you know what? I'm not here to say what could have happened, what should have happened. I know what did happen. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not too upset about it. We're still undefeated in the Premier League. That is something to bang your chest about. Let's look at Man United. Let's look at Chelsea. I mean, no one's banging their chest over there. Talk to me nicely, says Nick Brown. Big up. Talk to me nicely indeed. Immaculate vibes. Thank you. Yes, sir. Swim Masters in the house. Has anyone heard about our injuries yesterday? All okay or not good news? I have some news, Swim Master. I have some tweets. It's not news. I never act like I'm a guy who's like, I'm a fly on the wall, baby. They call me James Bond the way I'm listening in on what's going in on there. I don't know, but I only know what I can find on Twitter. And I did find some things, Swim Master, so hang tight. I will bring those to you shortly. But nothing to get too upset about so far. I will say that much, just to not leave you hanging in limbo so far. San Antonio Hotspur says Coys. Big up San Antonio Hotspur. Joe Hong's in the house. Big up Jacob and Chewy. He's here. He showed up. He did show up. He is not a runner. Nor is he a gunner. J. Co. Hello, Jacob. Hello, J. Co. How you doing? Sun showing once again that he is fully Coys, shushing the already quiet mongrels wearing red in the light. Again, yesterday's live stream got demonetized because of the colorful language I had. That was a lot of fun. Joe Heung, to those that doubted Son's skills and his captaincy, he's shushing you too. Big up. I like that because there's actually something that I had pulled up or I was looking at. I don't think I saved it because I didn't want to do it today. But since you talked about Joe Heung, I will lightly mention it. Yeah, a lot of Spurs fans, a lot of rival fans, a lot of people in general saying, I think Son's done. The way he played this season, his age, yada, yada, he is done. He lost his pace, etc., etc. I heard it all. Joe, every Sun sympathizer heard it all. It's just funny. It's just funny to me. I'm gonna drink to that. Absolutely hilarious. But big up Joe Heung. Big up everybody. Tapping in the house. Over 60 of y'all locked in on a Monday night. Hope you're living well. Let's see how that poll's looking. 39 votes. 33 likes. So 6 people not wanting to like the video, but wanting to partake in the poll. What are we doing here? Shirley, but don't call me Shirley. We can get them likes up a little bit if you want. You don't have to. Chris Peter says, congrats on 1K views on your first watch along. Big up, Jacob. Yeah, big up. Did hit, I saw that this morning, hit 1K. That was very cool. Again, thank you to everyone who tapped in. Lock it in. That was cool. Poll not working, happens with age. I seen that. Big up John Joe says, 100% first option. 57% right now says Spurs should have won, minus 2 points. 40% says deserve the win either way. I guess I should have put another option there, but we were just kicking off the video, so I wanted to move it along. 2% says Spurs lucky to not lose, plus 1 point. So wherever you land on it, either way, I think it was a good day. I'm not happy with the tie. We should have had all 3 points. We dominated the match. I said this on the Football Terrace. I said this all over the place. Again, I don't change based on the forum or the place in which I'm speaking. I keep it 100. I keep my vibes the same everywhere I go. And I said this. I said we should have gotten all 3 points. We dominated them. First half, second half. Oh, no. We didn't dominate them first half. Tell me how we didn't dominate them first half. No one could tell. They would say, oh, I saw this, I saw that. Well, outside of what you saw with your own eyes and your own opinion, statistically, we were better. We had more big chances. We had 60% to their 40% possession. I'm sure all of you have heard the numbers already. But if you look at the stats of the first half versus Arsenal there, we dominated them. I mean, we dominated them. I don't know. The name of the game is football. And we had the ball at our feet. And you tell me we didn't dominate them. That's what some people want to say. It's an interesting drum to beat. And if you do feel that way, please let me know why and how. But big up. Yeah, that was the poll's being weird. The poll pulling a Spurs, says Scott M. Big up, Scott M. Another YouTube chat member, John Bostich. Without an early booking of Udogi, we could have won the game, says John. We easily could have, with that, regardless of the booking, we could have won that. There was still a bit of gray. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. There is. It's there. I'm not hiding. I came outside. Just, y'all be fucking with me, for real. Y'all be really trying to mess with me. I do have gray, Chris Peters. Take it easy on me. I'm still self-conscious about them. Jacob, watch the match on TV but on mute. Had your stream watch along at the same time. You did a great job. Oh, appreciate that. Again, I was talking to my wife about it. She was like, how'd your first watch along go? And I was like, I feel like it's a great little mixture of me trying to be professional / making jokes about balls on Arsenal's heads and like flipping off the crowd. I did get demonetized, so all the views, they're not getting ad revenue, but that's okay. I didn't do it for the ad revenue. I did it for the fun of it, to show you kind of my emotions during a match day. So if you do, I am going to try and cut up a little video like best of, but that's kind of how I am every match day. I'm not gonna lie, like regardless of the camera, except for the whole narrating where the ball's going and like what's happening on the pitch, that was for the watch along. But the like reactions to stuff, I tried to remain calm during the Arsenal ones. I'll put it that way. But big up Spurs GCTV. Glad you liked it. I'll try and do some more. Beer Talk says that was the best watch along I've seen. Appreciate that. There's a lot of great watch alongs out there that I do enjoy, so I appreciate the compliment. Evening, Jacob, El Paso, Texas, and the USA. Good evening, good afternoon from Texas, Derek Smith. You're going to find this dumb, Derek Smith, but I was waiting till I saw you in a chat at some point to mention this. So I did end up getting the new FIFA. It's called EAFC. I did get it, and my logo in one of the game modes, it gives you an option to pick, and I picked Plymouth Argyle. It gives you like 9 options, and Plymouth Argyle's choice was in there, and I was like, I'm picking that for Derek Smith. So Derek Smith, I'm rocking Plymouth Argyle on the video game for you. Jacob, you was great on the football terrace, kicking arse all over the place. I noticed as soon as I started talking, certain people left. It's funny how things work out that way, ain't it? Hope we beat Liverpool this week and keep the Ainge unbeaten home record intact. Oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine the hysteria and the hype from not only Spurs fans but from people? I just feel like the pundits are all going to 180 on their stances on Tottenham Hotspur, and it's going to be hilarious to watch. Draws a good result, says Swim Master, especially considering our squad is still getting used to the new system and manager. Our home match against them in a few months will be up on a different level by then. Big up, Swim Master. Caption Grandma's in the house. Good day, Jacob. Jesus, the Woolwich one, not the one in the Bible, has eyebrows that make it seem like, yeah, even when he was hugging on Son, it still seemed weird. Like, bro, are you okay? Like, do I need to call somebody for you, like on a human level? You need to talk to somebody, maybe get those emotions out. L in the house. Big up, Jacob. Caught highlights of your live stream. Hey, big up, L. Appreciate that. Appreciate y'all showing some love on the live stream there. Sonny has 150 goals and 199 overall. By the time he retires, he will be considered top 10 Premier League player ever. I might say this, yes. I might agree with you, J. Cole, but if you go to other people, I feel like they might not be so endearing to the fact of these stats, and they would say, oh, well, he was yada yada. They'll come up with a million reasons, J. Cole. You know how they like to backpedal when it comes to giving plaudits to Heung-min Son, but I keep it real here. He's the GOAT. Caveman, hate Arsenal. Hey, if you hate Arsenal, if you feel like Caveman, hit that like. If you love Arsenal, you can go ahead and hit that like too. Evening, everyone. Kois. Big up Woodsy TV, another YouTube chat member in the house. Fun fact, Bissouma is second in the Premier League in tackles. Destiny Ugodi is tied third. Look at that. 2 in the top 3. Talk to me nicely indeed. Let's see here. Where are we at? Shout out to Vicari. Shout out. Why can't I read that? Let me zoom my shit in. My thing was... Shout out to Vicario. I have confidence in my keeper for the first time in years. Big up Woodsy TV. I do have confidence in him as well. I feel like he's answered a lot of questions, a lot of doubts that people had. Every turn he's answering some questions. There was a few chances where people said he didn't have hands, and I thought he confidently caught the ball. Again, one of the times I remember listening back, it was a shot, and I didn't think it challenged him all too much, but it was a confident catch, and I thought that kind of dispels a lot of rumors about the fact that he doesn't want to catch. Balpinder, big up Balpinder. That game reminds me of Roper Dope. Don't know what that is, but big up Balpinder. How you doing? Hope you're living well. C. Sherman, wasn't my money to lose. It was a $20 bet to win $500. Okay, so good thing you didn't lose $500, my friend. Rice ruined it. I had Son with 2+ shots, Udogie with 3+ tackles, Bissouma with 3+ tackles, and Rice was the only one who ruined it. Well, that's what happens when you put an Arsenal lad in there to do anything well. Big up, C. Sherman. I hope you win it back. Hope you win that 20 bag. Jacob, mate, have you only just realized that Scum Down the Road have a lot of weird fans? But publicly, I thought some might be like a little logical. I thought at least publicly. Big up Daniel E. Big up Boxing Kangaroo. Big up Jacob and Chewy. Hear that, Chewy? You know he doesn't. He's deaf. But I'll tell him. Sonaldo is in the house. Big up Jacob. All who talk shit on Son eating their words. Love to see it. I'd absolutely love to see it. Woodsy TV says, has anyone found Martin Odegaard yet? Madison showing how to do it with 2 assists. Big game player. Woodsy TV. Again, something I go on and say everywhere I can, not just here. James Madison is better than Martin Odegaard. Look at, like, I said this yesterday in front of like 7,000 people watching. I said, today dispels, I said, after today, I don't want to hear any more Odegaard's better than Madison. They still said it anyway, but I said, your eyes, your emotions can tell you, oh, I like what Odegaard does. I like what he brings to their team more. that's fine. That's good, well, and dandy. But numbers, statistics, they don't care about your feelings. So, like, as much as I want to say, like, Son is better at this level, if I can't prove it statistically, how is that factually true? It's only based on emotions and thoughts. And you know, some people like to do that when it comes to comparisons. At the end of the day, I think statistics put a lot of comparisons to bed. When you just do an even comparison, I understand that you can affect a match positively without having a goal and assist, but you can also impact it negatively with a goal and assist, without a goal and assist. So, since Martin Odegaard has been in the league, Woodsy TV, statistically, he's not as good as James Maddison, and Maddison was in a worse squad as well. So, I don't know. It's a weird conversation people want to have. But again, that's just my opinion. I feel like James Maddison is better all around. Big up, Kate. Big Ange, all class as a manager and human being. Can't say that much about Lego Head. Why does everyone call him Lego Head? Maybe I missed it or that went over my head. He doesn't really, does he look like the Lego Man? Is that what we're saying? Jacob, when we scored the second goal, I said to my wife, I wouldn't want to meet you on a dark night. You was so punched up. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, when we scored that second goal, I don't even remember how I reacted. I haven't even watched it. I need to go back and watch it because I don't know how I reacted. I need to put that video together. 54% possession. Yeah, overall in the match, I think it was 53.1% possession overall in the match. But in the first half, it was 60%. So they tried to tell me that they always should have won the match because this, and this in the first half. Bro, they're tripping. I don't think either team was better than the other, but if I had to pick, I would say they were slightly better, says Scott M. All right. Future Music says, hey, Jacob, got you on my TV, so the poll didn't appear, just voted. Big up, Future Music. Thank you for participating in that poll. I see 53 votes. I see 51 likes. The ratios are talking to me nicer. Big up, Right Heart Lane. Jason Bell's in the house. Another YouTube chat member says, am I the only one who expected a Romero goal on our corner at the end of stoppage time? Jason Bell, I wasn't expecting a Romero one, but I was low-key, like, expecting a goal from somewhere. I hope, anyway. Gotta love what Madison did to Saka to lay the ball off for Sonny. Left Saka looking like a sack of shit. Says Boxing Kangaroo. Big up Boxing Kangaroo. I think that's as good of a time as any to bring up some of the things that I have regarding this. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Let me share this. I wasn't really prepared. Like I said, I woke up, but here we go. Oh, look at that. Watch this. Boom. Sit your ass down. It's like Christian Romero, by the way. Sit your ass down. So this, let me go ahead and swap me with this. One second. And then I click this, and then it switches it. There we go. So the finish from Son on that first goal, absolutely insane. Look at these three people. I believe that's Declan. No, who is that? Who's this? No, that's Jorginho right here. Because Declan Rice was... No, this is Declan Rice. Because Declan Rice was there because Fabio Vieira is still there. So, obviously, off-brand Bruno Fernandes, B-Tech Bruno Fernandes, Aldi Bruno Fernandes, whatever you want to call it, Aldi Harry Potter, Daniel Radcliffe, Fabio Vieira. But look at the amount... I mean, I was told these two defenders right here, Saliva and Gabriella, were better, this, that, and the other. But clearly not good enough. Not good enough to stop my man's Son. Look at the amount of space that he had right here. And the shot, the ball's right here, so he just got the shot off. I mean, talk about cool, calm, composed in traffic. World-class finisher. Talk to me nicely, Heung-min Son. But for real, talk to me nicely, Heung-min Son, Heung-min Dad, Heung-min Hung, the one, the only, the true. I saw some on Twitter. They're saying petition to sing "He's One of Our Own" about Heung-min Son. How do we feel about that? I wouldn't mind it personally. Fun fact: Gabriel Jesus is the Shrek cookie. Andrew Seymour, hello. Hi, all. Hope you're all good. Anyone got an update on Madison's injury? Per Madison, he's good to go. That's what I'm seeing. That's what the tweets that I have bookmarked. I'll show them in a moment. Ozone, yo, big up Yakub. Big up Ozon was the honorary Arab. Well, I wouldn't say honorary Arab on Al-Ahwi, but Al-Ahwa. It was definitely a pleasure to be there last night. Shout out Hussam with This Is Football. Shout out Staffy TV. It was definitely fun to go on there and bang my chest a little bit. My debut on that channel. It was a lot of fun. Arsenal were farsenal, says Adrian Shroka. The irony is God put Jesus' eyebrows on. He put them on upside down, says Archibald. Look at that. Big up, Jacob. Sorry about your boys, not really. Big Ange, Aussie Rules Football. Big up, Howie. How you doing? Don't worry about them boys. I didn't even watch the match. Bro, I'm sorry. It's North London Derby. My mind was caught up elsewhere. That I didn't even watch Cowboys play yesterday. That's probably why they lost, because I didn't watch. Derek Smith says, thank you, sir. Plymouth Argyle beat Norwich 6-2 at the weekend, so starting to get used to the championship. Shame my number one team didn't quite trample the red and white scourge. Scourge? I don't know what that is, but yeah, it is a shame. We almost did. We dominated that match, though. Chris Peters says, Rice left at halftime, so he stopped getting embarrassed, missing in action. Chris Peters, I was wondering the same thing, this phantom injury that he got. And then again, everything that they tell me is so good about him is the same thing that they say about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I'm just saying, they don't want to have that conversation, though. Oh, they don't want to have that conversation. Ozan says his hair doesn't move just like a Lego block. Oh, so he put that thing, he hairsprays the shit out of it. What is that what we're saying? Arteta's hair looks like the snap-on dark hair. Oh, this is hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. Declan 45-minute rice. Hey, put him in the easy bake. I got a, what's it called? Pressure cooker. You get one of them pressure cookers, you can make rice in 12. It takes about 12 minutes in total to do it. I timed it. So if you need that 12-minute rice, go ahead and get yourself a pressure cooker. 45-minute rice is too long, but he can only hang for 45 minutes. And this is interesting because they want to play the whole, oh, it's an injury crisis. You couldn't even beat our injury-riddled squad, etc., etc. There's only one position in which I think that there's a true I heard that they had all this immense squad depth. I mean, they just spent 65 on Havertz. He couldn't even start. They spent 105 million on Declan Rice, and he couldn't even go an entire 90 minutes. I'm told they're title contenders. They can't even hang with us. I'm saying that the reason why he got subbed off is because physically he could not fucking hang with Ainge Ball. And that's just the reality of the situation. And that's what people don't want to accept right now, is that when we bring Ainge Ball to you, you're going to crumble at some point. Whether it be the 45th minute for Declan Rice, whether it be the whatever minute it was that we scored, 30 seconds after their penalty, 55th minute, which, I mean, their penalty was in the 54th minute, so I remember it being about 35 seconds, somewhere around there. So it's interesting. These are facts that people don't want to accept because their emotions get involved, and then it clouds their judgment. But that's okay. I understand. We're all emotional beasts at the end of the day. If I were Madison, Kulu, and Solomon, I would look for Sonny every chance I get the ball, says J. Co. Absolutely. I mean, he's padding the assist if you give it to Sonny at the end of the day. Shout out James Madison. What is that? 5 assists, 2 goals, 5 assists for James Madison. 7 goal contributions in 6 matches. Talk to me nicely. James Madison is the signing of the summer. Again, I've been saying it. Go back. I have videos. And the title, the fucking thumbnail says Madison signing of the summer. People don't want to have that conversation. Uncomfortable conversations that people do not want to have. But that's okay. I'll have them for them. Woodsy, only damage Nketiah did to our defense was going through Vicario's leg. That was a nasty challenge. I do have a photo of that as well. Again, just look at this. Acting like he got shot. Get your ass down, boy. So this tweet is regarding James Madison. Paul O'Keefe says he's confident he'll be fine. He replied to a few people who were saying we need Madison checks, and the initial tweet says initial checks on Brennan Johnson have suggested his issue is more muscle fatigue, tightness problem. Club will continue to monitor how he responds to treatment. In order to be clickbaity, I guess I should change something to the title like injury update, Madison injury update in all caps or some shit. Let me do that. Let me be shameless. Madison injury update. Let me take this part off. Look at that. Live on air shamelessness. Live on air shit. Oh. There you go. In my opinion, Eddie Nketiah should have seen red on his challenge. I mean, it was pretty awful. Let's look at a few of these photos here. So obviously this one right above my head, that's the Eddie Nketiah on Vicario that we all remember very well. And then, but this is another one here. When Udogie, look at his foot, it got stomped on right here, and he got smacked in the face, and he went down. He was down for a minute with this one. If y'all remember, I can't remember. I felt like it was. Well, let's see that clock right there. Tell me what time it was. Yeah, stoppage time of the first half. No one even looked at it, but you can see here, stomp, boom, boom. Now, this tweet that I bookmarked was in reference to the fact that, here, I'll show you, full transparency. So Sky Sports saying, was it correct decision to give a penalty on the handball? This is 50-50. I think half the people you run into will say it is, and half the people you run into will say it isn't, regardless of being a Spurs fan or not. But this guy says, no, it was not a handball. The ball isn't directly to his hand. It's a ricochet off Madison. Even if you ignore all that, it was a clear foul on Madison beforehand that VAR did not even review, confirmed by the commentary team. Arsenal also had 2 red cards not given, and then these are the 2 examples in which he said that. This one is the one, though. This one is the one. I'm going to leave that up for a second because that's atrocious right there. Absolutely atrocious. Big up Joshua in the house. Big up Joshua. I saw you the other day out there fighting the good fight as well in the YouTube chats. It's hard out there for us, but don't worry. Declan Rice, Suki Lala. Madison plays with a hyperextension of a knee, all guts and all glory. Big up Boxing Kangaroo. Sonny's first goal had .09 XG. That's cool. Jason Bell, I think Sonny might still outperform his XG by more than any other player. He might. I don't fully, I don't go off XG really because I don't expected goal. I mean, that's like in fantasy football when they say this guy's got projected amount of points. Like nobody really knows, do they? It's just a mathematical formula that tells them this. But for me, I like the gravy on the pudding. That tells me what the story is. Chris Peters, he's from South Korea. You all will fear. It's very clear he's got another gear. Okay, there's a Sonny song. Rice had the same injury that Lloris had in his last game. Needed some milk. Uh-oh. You're saying Declan Rice needs some milk?
He needs some milk.
Well, there it is. He definitely needs some milk. Y'all the ones calling it, not me. No other manager in the league would tell their players, I'll take the blame for what happens. Now go out there and play to your abilities and style according to our philosophy. Big up Boxing Kangaroo. Love the quotes coming out from halftime from Ange Postecoglou. I love the quotes coming out from Sonny. I love the vibes coming out the locker room. Not satisfied with what we saw out there. They wanted all 3 points, and they were disappointed to not get it. Whereas I feel like maybe 2 years ago, we would just been happy to be out there and get a point. It's interesting. Perisic Benny injured. Maddie went off injured. Just salty excuses, says Steve D. Absolutely salty excuses. Sonny is Tottenham. Sonny's passion for this football club is immense, and he is Mr. Tottenham, says Daniel E. Big up. Zapur's in the house. Are we doing Sonny songs? Sure. Gina Kim, I saw a fan cam where Son looked to be in a bit of pain after he was taken off. He was icing his calf. I hope he's okay. Ainge said post-match, Son wasn't 100% prior to the match. Interesting. I did hear that as well. Somewhere I heard that Son apparently wasn't 100% going into it. Milton Nobrega. I can't. My tongue is it's like stuck to my mouth today. Milton Nobrega. There we go. It was like Nobrega. My tongue. Excuse my speech impediment. I had surgery as a child, so you got to be sympathetic to me. Isn't that what they say? Like Hotspur Hippie said, or like Hoppy. Like I can't even read now. Milton. Damn, your comment threw me here. Like Hotspur Hippie would say, Jacob, where's the proof Knock, knock. Show us the evidence. Show us the evidence. Shout out Hotspur Hippie. He's working right now. I did invite him on today's show. He is working today, however. So shout out Hotspur Hippie. So you want to go with You Are My Sunshine for Sun? That's a good choice. Big up J. Co and Gina Kim. Don't know what y'all are saying, but big up. Big up Ben Kaufman as well. YouTube chat member and Patreon member says, hey, everyone. Hello, Ben. How you doing? Caveman says, yeah, fuck me. That tackle is atrocious. Anyone else gets a red but Rob Jones. That's the inept piece of cabbage he is. Loves that gooner sausage in his mouth. The last part's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. It's silly, but silly can be funny. Caveman, he needs some milk. He definitely needs some milk. Anyone fancy a coffee? Ben is in the house. I love the milk meme, although I'm vegan. Big up Chris Peters. Personally, I don't really drink like leche, cow milk. I don't really drink it like that. I do soy milk or almond milk, personally. I like almond milk with my cereal. I like soy milk in my smoothies. That's just me. Question, we blah, blah, blah. It was a handball. It wasn't a handball. They've been playing soccer for a gazillion years. Jacob, help me. What is an effing handball? Bro, this is the thing. The VAR has shown the only consistency that they have is to be inconsistent. That is the only thing we can guarantee with VAR. Look at week 1 versus Brentford, that penalty they gave against Sonny, and then look against last week when James Madison's Achilles heel gets kicked in the box and they don't say shit. Now look at this photo I have pulled up. That's not a red, but I guarantee if that's Romero flying in on their goalkeeper, they're saying that's a red all day. And they'll be crying about it, saying, we should have had a pen and we would have won the game if the ref if they actually gave us the pen. So here's the thing, Howie. I hate using the ref in any form or frame of argument, because to me that's just a major excuse when you get the ref involved like that. There's a whole other set of minutes going on outside of what the ref says or does, VAR included, where you can affect the match. And if you have failed to do that, then you fail to get the result. That's just the reality of the beast. And honestly, I don't like using a ref as an excuse. So again, I have this pulled up for reference, but it's not an excuse as to why we didn't pick up 3 points. It's just a visual representation as to how both ways you could see it. As an Arsenal fan or a Spurs fan, you could see this as, that ref fucking sucks. He did an awful job. Awful job. I thought I didn't agree with a lot of the decisions. Rich says, did you see the Bissouma interview after Sheffield United? He said it was unacceptable for us to lose the game. Different mentality. No. Hello. Look at that. I just happened to hit back on the damn thing. How we doing? Hello. I'm glad the stream didn't end because I left the damn studio. That was nice. But, wow, that was fun. Sorry about that, y'all. Definitely struggling a little bit today, it seems. Definitely struggling. Oat milk is the best. Big up, Jacob. Big up, Chris Peters. It is the best. It's the most creamy. If you want the most like milk-like substance. The handball rule is ridiculous. Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Cursor. Like secured. Big up, Jacob. Currently watching the stream with my new little man of the family. Congratulations to my man, Cursor. The goat now has a little baby goat, and I'm sure he's keeping you up at night with his little goat noises. So big up, Cursor. Congrats to you and the family for the new lovable addition added to the group. So big up, Cursor. Hopefully I don't scare the baby. I don't want to wake the baby. Boxing Kangaroo, anytime you hit your hand, it's not up your own arse. Oh, that's a good point. It should solely be about intent, says David O'Loughlin. It looked like he was trying to get his arm out of the way in regards to the Christian Romero one. It looked like he was trying to get his arm out of the way. Jacob, have you tried oat milk? It's the best milk fake, in my opinion. It is. It is closer in creaminess to actual milk than any other. It is the best. It's just most expensive, too, to get like the unsweetened, non-sugar added type. Eat it, quote, generational vicario. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. No red for me. Dang, Scott M says, eat it, vicario. What about Udogi? Look at Udogi getting stomped on the foot, smashed in the face. It's probably not a red for you either, Scott, huh? Is that what we're saying? I don't like blaming the ref either, says Caveman, but Rob Jones is a new ref from 2 years ago from the championship. I remember seeing his first year in a game of like Everton and Burnley. Terrible decisions. Yep, there I went. I disappeared. J. Cole hit me with the man of the match and the BDE. I will be asking for that, y'all, so go ahead and get him in. I will star this, and I'll read it out at the end. So if you do want to tell me who your man of the match and your BDE of the match is, hit it in the comments. I will see it. I will star it. We will get through it. Jacob, magic like the goat punch. Just poof. There you go. Koi's big up. Yeah, Cursor's raising him wrong. He's gonna raise him as a Chelsea fan, but when the kid's smart enough, I'm sure they'll come over to the right side of London. Come on now, talk to me nicely. Ben Kaufman says, I'm okay, Jacob. I have strained my abductor muscle, so I am still hobbling a lot. Not pleasant at all. Were you doing too many sit-ups? What were you doing? How'd you strain your abductor muscle? Tell the whole world right now. I'm just playing. Boxy Kangaroo says, personally, I reckon Venom had a good chance to stop that ball anyway. Look at the position of Romero and where Venom is moving to. In regards to that own goal from Christian Romero, absolutely, it did look like Vicario was going to be able to get down and get to it and save it. Fortunately, he did not get the chance to do that because Christian Romero's leg was right there in the way. And isn't that unfortunate to see? Does the M in Scott M stand for Munn? I think it is. I think he is the Scott Munn we've all been looking for. Big up Bobby Case. Says big up Jacob and everyone in the chat. Big up Bobby Case. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Bobby K. Vanderman was awesome. Big up Hansi. Van de Veen was absolutely awesome. Again, hit me with your man of the match. If you're here for a short time, long time, you just want to hit the like, hit me with your man of the match, hit me with your BDE of the match, and I will hit you with mine at the very end. But got a few more things here I wanted to go through in regards to the match. They're older. They're definitely older now. But while we're talking about Mickey Van de Veen, here we go. Let me switch these around because I can't read that. Bow. So, Tottenham center back Mickey Van de Veen on Ange Postecoglou instructing the team to play out from the back says, quote, for me as a center back, it is okay to imagine I lose the ball one time and a big chance comes from it. And the trainer is screaming from the sides again. It gives us some trust to build up again and again. Of course, it is risky when you come out in a nice situation. You are always like, oh yeah, a courageous, refreshing approach from a young group of players playing under immaculate trust. Immaculate vibes, immaculate trust. There we go. Talk to me nicely. Coming from the manager. Exactly what we've been missing at Tottenham for many years. Mickey Van de Veen, y'all. I thought he was arguably, he has to be nominated at least for man of the match. Doing the watch along, every time he kept winning the ball, I kept thinking, I didn't see anything wrong with what Van de Veen did at all in the match. Did anyone? First of all, and look at that thigh muscle. Holy shit. Look at that thing. It's hella defined. Look at that. Young man, go ahead. Talk to me nicely. Jason Bell, I see your man of the match in BDE. I have started. Big up, Lisa. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Jaco says, to me it was a pen, intentional or not. Romero had a trifecta, own goal, pen, and a yellow. The yellow was just because he pushed, I think he put Gabriel Jesus down. Great watch along yesterday. Wins the next, says Ray Chrisley. I for sure want to try and do one for the Pochettino match when if he lasts long enough, because it will be my birthday match, and then that way I can shamelessly get you all to say happy birthday to me. It is 2 days after my 33rd birthday, so I'm planning on doing a watch along for that Chelsea match for sure. Maybe I'll try and do a watch along once a month, and that'll be my September watch along, and then maybe I'll do a watch along in October, and then November I'll do that Chelsea one. That's what I'm thinking, Ray Chrisley. But appreciate you being here. Maybe I should try and do them more often. I don't know. I had over 100 likes, so appreciate y'all again, everyone who hit that like on there. I appreciate the 63 of y'all who have hit the like on this video here, and 67 votes. 57% of the 67 says Spurs should have won. We dropped 2 points. That's kind of how I feel. Big up Saidansa, another YouTube chat member, I believe gifted from someone very generous last episode. So big up Saidansa. Hi Jacob, quiz. Big up. How you doing? Scott's man of the match in BDE. I see it. It looks pretty depressing, but hey, what's fair is fair. Did you see Mickey's interview with NBC? So mature and articulate and adorable. Look, there he is in all his glory. Big Dicky Mickey. He's the one. He's, oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so, whatever we want to say. I don't really care. Chris Peters, I see yours in there as well. Vandeman, definitely a bro crush. Man of the match. I will star that. I did some research. Handball is either deliberate touching or using the hand to make yourself bigger. The fact it was a deflection takes away intent, but we have a problem with enlargement. Sounds like a good problem to have. There's Has Spurs man of the match. I will star that. Lisa says, love the new logo. Thanks to Great Ben Kaufman. I even use it for work. Now I don't have to keep changing it. Well, there you go. Big up, Lisa. It is a great looking logo there. Beer Talk says, my favorite part of the watch along was you giving the scum all nicknames. Saliva passes it to Ballsacca. Hey, if I could do anything, it's be goofy and give them silly names, because that's kind of fun, right? Who doesn't want to have a little fun? But yeah, for me, Mickey Van de Veen, I thought he was our best defender on the day. I thought he proved once again to be the guy that we needed. Not necessarily everyone believed in at the jump, but he, like Vicario, has taken a lot of people and made their opinions be one choice only, which is, you have to love me. You have to love me. Derek, this is a good point. There was one moment where it looked like this was a big stage for him, and he did have space. I remember that clearly, Derek Smith. I remember in that moment, I said it on the watch long, was like, he didn't have to do that. He looked a little frantic and nervous, but at the end of the day, he was doing his job. So if a guy looking frantic and successfully does his job, which is clear the ball out of the box when it's coming in and there's a lot of pressure, I'm not going to be upset with him. And I don't think that it disqualifies him from man of the match either. And Derek Smith, BDE means that big dick energy. Who brought that thing all 90 minutes and thought, he just proved to be the biggest man out there. That's kind of what it means. Who brought that energy? You know what I'm saying? Who walked around with the bravado, so to speak? But yeah, I don't think that one slice clearance, because it was sliced. Yes, it was awful. Yes, he could have been more calm in the moment. Yes, I agree with all of that. But again, that's like getting mad at Richarlison or when Danjuma scored that goal and he didn't even mean to. It's like that is the way I see it. Like, he was doing his job. Yeah, it didn't go as much as he planned, but at the end of the day, he was still doing what he's supposed to do, which is clear the ball when it comes into the box. I have a hard time being upset with a defender successfully doing his job in an awful way. That's just me personally, though. But big up Van de Veen, big up Derek Smith. Appreciate you telling me. Son's your man of the match there. Bobby K's got his man of the match in there. Chris Peters says, in October we have Luton, Fulham, and Crystal Palace. Which one would you do the next watch long? I guess Fulham, because Adama Traore could play us. Maybe Fulham, if I had to pick out of those three. And they also, people say that we lost to him, etc. Maybe that. Yeah, maybe I do that one. Maybe that's the one I'll do. Mick the Quick, the Flying Dutchman. That's a good nickname as well, and it's you could say it around the family. Ben Kaufman, I almost swiped back again on the damn browser. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Give Madison a 50-year contract. He's absolutely class. No, I don't want to give him a 50-year contract. He'd be an old man. Born to be at this club. I'm furious we didn't sign him earlier. Big up Ben Kaufman. I'm glad that he's here too. I'll say that. I'm glad that he's here too. What a guy he is. I love that how he winds up the fans, the opposing fans. He's kind of a shithouse. So he's like the best parts of what we liked about like Lamella and stuff, the shithousery, getting under their skin, the things that people applauded also Richarlison for doing. Like, fair enough, but Madison can do it all apparently. Big up Spurs GCTV. I see your man of the match. Got that starred. Derek Smith, Bissouma's BDE every game. That's a perfect choice, Derek Smith. Perfect choice. Bissouma had that BDE all match. He was really showing everybody how funny it is when you spend $105 million on a player and he can't even play 90 minutes, but Bissouma we could spend 35 on and he'll give you a full 90 of just being that guy. Boxing, Kangaroo with their BDE. Beers work as well. Enjoy the numbness. There you go. Thaddeus, big up. I see your BDE and man of the match. Appreciate you. I've started. I will bring it up at the end when I share mine. Mr. K, hello. How you doing, Mr. K? Smash a like, everyone. Come on. Mr. K's here. He said smash a like, so you got to go ahead and do that one time for the one times. But big up everybody who has done. I see 71 likes, so big up everybody for doing that. Madison is a cheeky chappy. He's so very cheeky. And the moment that I really realized how cheeky he was after the first match. They said, oh, you got that number 10 shirt, huh? Or it was some match. I think it was maybe even a preseason match. They interviewed him and they said, that's a pretty big shirt to fill, you know? Referencing the fact he had the number 10. He goes, it's not too big. I think it's a medium. And I just thought it was very cheeky and it's funny and he's witty and I like that. I like what he embodies. He's a cheeky chap. I like it. And he backs it all up on the pitch. He makes it very easy for me to argue why he's the best signing of the summer. He made it very, very easy for me. So I love James Madison. Shout out Michael. He's wanted, like you, Ben Kaufman, he's wanted James Madison for years. I remember like 2 years ago, he was saying when he assigned James Madison, I was blinded by my bias because he was good against us. This was just silly of me, but I didn't like him because he just couldn't stop scoring against us, and he was just a bastard every time we played him. He had said some bad stuff about us online, so I was like, I don't like this guy. He seems like a bad apple. But you know what? He's one of those guys. You hate him if he's not on your club, but as soon as he's on your club, you love him so much because of everything he brings. I love that. I love James Madison at this point. Lisa, did anyone see that game Matters played on international break with Kane, Maguire, and Trent? He's quite competitive. Love that about him. I did not see that. England are boring. I don't like England anymore because we don't have Harry Kane. Chelsea Blue and Blue says smash the likes. A rival can come in here and hit the likes. We are just about to hit 1 hour on the show. 60 minutos on the clock. So it's a good time to say hit that like. Rivals in here hitting that like. Look at Mickey Van de Veen's thigh. You can hit a like for that. Look at Ainge Postecoglou and the manner in which he just I can go on and on about the way Ainge Postecoglou handled himself. The way Sonny pressed him all game long. I love his work rate. There were a couple moments where I felt like he was taking it easy. But again, when it comes to the press, I don't like to say how someone should or shouldn't have done it, because at the end of the day, him and James Madison, between their press, they were able to get Jorginho to fumble over the ball that led to the tying possession. So the press was obviously, they were doing what they were supposed to do. So for me as an amateur, when I look at it, I'm like, well, why isn't he like all up in his face? Why isn't he all like, hey, give me the gabagoo, you know? That's just my amateur eyes being like, well, what am I seeing here? You know, as a professional, I would expect that he knows how to press, when to lay off, when not to lay off. But all that is, we all know that, J. Cole. At least you and I know that. Bobby K says, BDE, man of the match, then it's Ainge for me. Cool, calm, hands in pocket all game. Love that. Not like Lego head celebrating a goal like he's won the league. What I also will say is how hilarious. I did bring this up on the Football Terrace, and they got so upset at me because I made a point of saying, look at the difference in our managers. Like ours, we go down 2-1, no problem. Hands in pocket, I'm cool. Look at their manager when they go down, or when we equalize 2-2, he's hands over his eyes, man's about to cry. That's what I'm saying. And it's not a surprise to me when I see Arsenal fans, I see Arsenal players, and everybody crying. It's not a surprise to me because it starts from the top. You work how your leader guides you. If Arteta's their leader and they've been trusting his process, when he's crying, overreacting, being a big crybaby about it, they're just following suit. So how can we blame them for following? I mean, we can blame them because they're Arsenal fans, but like we can't blame them for crying when their leader cries all the time. Of course they're all going to cry. What do you think of Saka's celebration? Not once, but twice. Even for a Gooner, I thought he was better than that. Yeah, if you go back and watch the watch along, it pissed me off. quite frankly. It pissed me off. I thought it was highly disrespectful. Everyone saw the quotes coming out from James Madison after the fact, right? Where he said, yeah, I heard he was doing my celebration over there. Must have still been doing it when I turned him for that first goal, which if you remember the first goal, James Madison absolutely took the buckles off the seat off from Bukayo Saka and spun that man around. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, I got it right there. So the quote from James Madison on Bukayo Saka is, he must have still been doing the dart celebration when I turned him for the first goal. Absolutely hilarious. Here's that mug, dude. Just shameless. Twice. And you know what? Not only did he do this celebration, he did another celebration. He legitimately, that deflected first goal, he celebrated it doing this, doing this, he was acting like he just won the World Cup. I remember being like, bro, you are so over the top. I can't wait till we fuck you up in this next possession. It felt over the top. I mean, you know, I've never scored in the Premier League. I don't want to tell anyone how to celebrate a moment in their life. But for me, as a Spurs fan, it was disrespectful. It was arrogant. And now you got egg on your face. Ha ha. Ha ha. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, there's the quote. I remember I started. I love this photo of Heung-min Son so much. Honestly, the vibes were immaculate. Heung-min Son with a brace in a North London derby. Come on. Also, I'm going to leave that there for a minute. Again, James Madison, that was yesterday. Talk to me nicely when it comes to saying Odegaard's better than James Madison, because that is just a fucking lie. Let's be honest. Jason Bell, I've heard people saying we finally replaced Eriksen with Madison. Wrong. We improved on Eriksen. Honestly, Madison is next level, bro. 7 goal contributions. He's insane. He's absolutely immense. And he shows the hyperextension. If you were watching the watch along, you probably saw me get another gray hair in that moment because that was stressful. A hyperextension, I did not like it. I did not like it one bit. No. 3 amazing signings. Udogi, Van de Veen Matters, and the Sicario, as the Butch said to the Sundance. Who found these guys? Who? Paratici, maybe? Maybe it was Paratici. Apparently, it's banter between England players. Saka did the same thing against Man U, copying Rashford's goal. Hey, keep doing it, but it's kind of funny now because you didn't win, so... I fully believe that other great players in the league will be choosing Spurs to transfer to thanks to Big Uncle Ainge. It's Big Papa Ainge. Ainge Papa Pastakaglu. Being the person he is and his no-blame philosophy, at every corner this man just continues to infatuate us, doesn't he? Philly says, Jacob, no disrespect, nothing but love, as always. When someone starts out a comment like that, I'm going to imagine the next part is like, but you're a dumb, ugly hoe or something. I'm just playing Philly. Big up Philly. Says, it's a paradox that you like Adama, who scored against us numerous times, but you didn't like Madison. Well, it's because Madison seemed like a brat, and Adama just looks like a beast. I'm more like Adama because of the physical specimen he is. To see a big boy run like that, honestly, gives me hope that maybe one day I can have the wheels. No, I mean, in all seriousness, I just like Adama's profile as a player. I'm infatuated with it. I think it's unique. It's incredible at the same time, and it's quite chaotic, and you never know what you're going to get. With James Madison, was more like, this guy seems like a prick, and I don't like him, and he's just always mudding us. So yeah, it is a little bit of a paradox, but Adama, he's just so... I just like watching the guy play the sport. What can I say? 4 amazing signings, arithmetically challenged. I don't know what that means. Oh, mathematically challenged. Bill, big up everyone. Big up Bill. Has Vieira got up yet? Can't believe how much time that skinny little bastard spent lying on the pitch. He made me so mad, Bobby. I know I didn't see you during the watch along, but anyone who was here during the watch along, you did. I mean, I was screaming to high heavens about this guy. Get up off the floor. Even the fans were screaming at him to get your ass up. It was hilarious to see. Absolutely hilarious. Rich, I love Matters. Didn't know he said that. Well, there you go. Madison's absolutely a GOAT for everything that he does and says. Yeah, I have this tweet start as well. Shout out Simon Yamain. He followed me back. Thank you for that. I do references your stuff on this. I like his tweets. He's a good tweeter twatter. Says Madison took that personally, and here's this. After the first goal from Bukayo Saka, which he celebrated like he won the World Cup, and it wasn't even your goal. I believe it was a Romero own goal. Officially, it is official as an own goal. So this guy celebrated hilariously for no reason. But there he is doing James Madison, and then there he is getting absolutely spun by James Madison just a little while later. Let's see how long later it actually was. So in the 28th minute was the own goal, and then 42 minutes was when James Madison did this. So about 41 minutes. So that is about 15 minutes later. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it, young man? That you be happen to do this. Look at the background. Everyone's cheering. Hey, woohoo. He did it. He scored a goal that, he didn't actually score. Woohoo. And everyone's talking about how good he is. And he did this, that, and the other. Now, don't get it twisted. I do think he was one of their better players. David Raya, for me, was their man of the match, would be David Raya. But Bukayo Saka was the only one who looked interested in the match at all yesterday. It was Destiny Ugoti's biggest challenge yesterday thus far. Next week versus Liverpool will again be the biggest challenge that Destiny Ugoti has faced in his fucking life, with Mohamed Salah coming down his throat. Honestly, pause. But Bukayo Saka, let's be non-partial for a second. As much as I like to be biased, I like to say shit with my chest, my heart, and my Tottenham glasses on. I love doing it. But just for a moment, let's look at all the right wingers, all the right forwards that we have faced thus far. Bukayo Saka, for me, is the best of that lot. I got to give credit where credit's due. He is the most threatening of that lot. But what I will say as well is he didn't do that bad. 6 Premier League starts for Destiny Udogie. 21 years old. The hell were you doing at 21 years old? I know what I was doing. I wasn't bottling what England think is their next hot shotty Bugatti, boo-hoo Saka, boo-hoo Saka. He was crying all match too. He fouled Ugotie at one point, and then he got hurt in the process. Won a free kick for it. It's absolutely atrocious the way that they baby this young man. And then also you go to any Arsenal fan and you mention Boo-hoo Saka, you say anything bad about Boo-hoo Saka to them, guess what happens? Boo-hoo, everyone starts crying. It's a collateral effect. It's a falling of dominoes, so to speak. This Arteta go boo-hoo. So the captain, what is he? Oh, boo-hoo. And then what is Boo-hoo Saka? The fans boo-hoo. They all boo-hoo. Aaron Ramsdale sucking his finger like a lollipop during the match too. Don't think I forgot. I seen it. The whole world's seen it. Absolutely hilarious. 15 minutes is all it took for James Madison to do this to that young man. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it, young Bukayo Saka? Great player. Don't get it twisted. I'll bash on him all day because he's Arsenal. But he's a great player. The best test that Destiny Ugotie has had up till this juncture. But next week, we'll blow that out of the water because it's Mohamed Salah coming to town. That is a world-class winger that Destiny's going to have to step up to. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. Because you know what? Even if he gets turned around, spun around 3-4 times by one of the best, if not arguably the best right winger in the league right now, I'm okay with that. He's a young man. He's going to get better. This is only going to be something that he thinks about and grows from. Much like Josko Vardiog when he got turned around by Lionel Messi. He's using it to be better. I think Destiny Ugotie's got the toughest challenge up ahead of him. But regardless, there you go. 15 minutes later, James Madison spun his ass over. Turn around every now and then. He threw the dart and put up an L like he was going to win the game. He should have held that on his forehead a little bit longer. Shout out Smash Mouth, R.I.P. to the lead singer of Smash Mouth also. Future Music, I need their manager to be the 12th man. They need their manager to be the 12th man. It's desperate. Arteta is frantic, overreactive while ain't chills. I mean, what the argument that I heard on the Football Terrace yesterday in regards to the physical, when I called out the body language, so to speak, they said, well, Arteta's always been that way. How long has he been managing that club and he's still so frantic? They still do that at home. Let us dominate, have most possession in their house. How long has that man been there? How long has Ange Postecoglou been here? Talk to me nicely. Saka is stupid to give matters more motivation. How stupid? That photo of Sonny's iconic. It absolutely is. Big L for Odegaard. People saying that he is better than matters. Big L for Odegaard. Big L for Odegaard supporters. People saying that he's better, and that's based off feeling in their eyes. And that's fine. You can say that. But the numbers don't care about any of your feelings or what your eyes say. Hyperextension had me in season over vibes. That's how close we are, y'all. That's how close we are to the wheels falling off of this thing. Rich, you know me. You absolutely know me. I think Matters matured after having his first son. Didn't he just have twins? Big up. Over 80 of y'all in the house. Hit up that like if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Or don't. Participate in the poll or don't. Participate in the chat or don't. It's all up to you. Let me know your thoughts. Obviously, talking about yesterday, don't want to move around. Don't want to move on too quickly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, mate. Sorry, was watching the game with the. Hey, bro, don't ever say sorry for watching anything with your sons, because that's why I don't do watch-alongs. Is normally I watch the match and my son's there with me. I know he doesn't really pay attention the whole match, but I think it's important to get him visually accustomed to seeing that on the TV. So for me, don't ever apologize. Family over everything. FOE, fuck out of here. Fuck family over everything. That's what I think. That's what I stand for. So Bobby K, don't ever apologize. That's a great moment for y'all to have together. Ryan Gloria says Hulk versus Adama. That I want to see. Shout out Hulk. That man is a dog. Good point. He looked like Meredith Vieira. That man was all over the floor, man. You couldn't pull him up. Vieira was like gum on the pavement. Absolutely he was. J. Cole says Sonny's the first Spurs in over 30 years to score a multi-goal at Emirates. Oh, look at that. Well, look at that. What a stat, J. Cole. Love that one. Cheers, Jacob from C-Cube. Big up C-Cube. Says, Sonny shushed the Gooners and tapped the badge as he skipped past them. Fully coys. 100% fully coys. Petition to seeing he's one of our own. Heung Min Son, he's one of our own. Question mark. Is it too much? Too soon? Question mark. Derek Smith says, Jacob is just infatuated with oiled up, muscly men. Okay, but it's not just oiled up, muscly men. Like, that's one thing. You can be oiled up, all muscly looking. That's one thing. But if you got that kind of speed, holy shit, watch that man go. That's just the way when I see him, give him the ball and just watch him go. It's a spectacle, man. This is what we all come around from the world to see, is the spectacle. And he's part of that spectacle. Shout out to Adama Traore. I'll never be a doubter. I said last year he was going to score against us, and what did he do? The game winner. He scored against us. Oh, man. But, yeah, if you can be all muscly and super fast, that's incredible, man. That's crazy to me. Big up Ainge. Big up Ainge indeed. Let me save that real quick. Hang on. Craig the Gecko Man. Big up Craig the Gecko Man. Says Ainge plays the media like a bazooki. Even Arsenal fans are lining up to give Big Papa Ainge a massage. Ooh, a massage indeed. A very nice proposition, I must say. Saka copying others because he's young. He doesn't have creativity yet. I said that on the watch along, y'all. I did say that on the watch along. I was like, bro, get your own celebration. Like, how unoriginal. Can you not think of anything else but what anyone? Oh, what does my opponent do for his celebration? I'm gonna steal it. He did the same thing. The Rashford celebration. Silliness, man. Just a girl who loves Spurs. Big up. Thought Saliva was very good yesterday. Saka disappeared in the second half. Thought Saliva was decent. Yes. But he's still dog Saliva at the end of the day. I'm just kidding. I'm being very childish. Big up Danny Kiriakou in the house. Big up indeed. How you doing, Danny Kiriakou? Talk to me nicely. How's Amsterdam, buddy? Long time no see. Hit me on the WhatsApp if you hit me on the WhatsApp, my man. Just let me know. Big up RVP, the best ever. Robin Van Persie. Hey, I respect Robin Van Persie. He's had some fucking crazy ass goals. I do have Netherlands from when he was playing there. I believe it of Wesley Sneijder on the back of my Netherlands shirt. But that's neither here nor there. Still celebrating a draw against Arsenal, your only trophy for the season. Van de Veen's a good defender, and Udogie is terrible, by the way. I disagree. Udogie was not terrible because Bukayo Saka had one goal, and that was off a penalty. So let's have it right. He wasn't awful. He pocketed him. Van de Veen, nothing got through him. Anytime, left, right, center, didn't matter. Van de Veen is the truth. Big Dicky Mickey, as I like to call him, the one and only. Not celebrating a draw. I'm actually upset that we dropped 2 points. We should have won because we were stomping that ass the entire match. And again, I'll go everywhere and I'll say the same message. But big up RVP, the best ever in the house, showing some love or a little banter. It's all welcome here as long as you're here, you're giving the view. Hit a like on the video while you're at it. Hit a like if you don't mind, but also you don't have to. So it's free world, free nation, free universe. Box Kangaroo says, I'd love to see during a match Lego Man's hair fall off and reveal his Lego head. The chrome dome underneath. You definitely seem frantic. That yeah, he will. That guy's insane. He's silly. He's a silly person. Don't worry, Papa Ainge will have Goaty looking forward to solid challenge with the light. Man, come on, talk to me nicely. RVP, why would Vanilla Ainge react? He was already getting a result far above his expectations. I think that's above your expectations, good sir. What was your prediction? And don't lie, RVP. I wish you were a YouTuber so I can go back and check the tape. A lot of Arsenal fans were saying 4-1, 3-1, 4-0, 5-0. I heard outlandishness. How you talking to me now? You talking to me nicely? I want to know. Ian McKenna, no matter how bad things get, just always remember, at least you're not Chelsea. Chelsea. Actually, let me change their chant. LC, 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 LC. Hold that L. Shout out Agent Pochettino, indeed. Saka's song to Matters, You Spin Me Right Round. You spin me right round. Is that what the one? Right round, baby. Wasn't that a Flow Rida song? He remixed that and turned it into... That's the one that... When you go down, down. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Sonny is an honorary one of our own. Don't think anyone would disagree. I'm curious to see if they could really do that. If the homegoing fans will sing he's one of our own. I would do it. I would sing it. Just because I love him that much. Jacob, I saw your appearance with those Gooners. Those Gooners are delusional talking about title run. Hey, before the match, they were saying title run. I asked a few Gooners straight up, are you a legitimate challenger for the league? They said, yes, we should go win the league. I mean, I get it, bro. You almost did last season. Now you spent 160 mil on 2 different players, plus whatever you spent on Yuri and Timber. You should be title contenders. You should be. You should have been beating weary old Tottenham. Just got their manager, starting a new philosophy, beginning a rebuild. You should have been able to take advantage of that at your own ground, have some pride in yourself, and get the 3 points. You should have. But now the narrative has changed. The goalposts are moving. We know that. Arsenal fans are going to move the goalposts for us. They're never going to give us the credit that they want to. I get it. I get it. I understand it. Don't worry. You ain't got to explain yourself to me, Gooners. But what I'm going to say is keep sleeping, man. Keep disrespecting. That only plays better into our hands. Because sooner or later, the league's going to realize just how good Ange Postecoglou is, and then they're going to have to game plan for that. And that's when we'll start dropping points, like legitimately dropping points. I'm not talking about dropping 2 points at the Emirates. There's a couple ways you can look at it. Honestly, part of me feels like to get a point away from home against a title contender, a guy, the club that's supposed to be pushing Chelsea, is what I'm told. Challenging for the Premier League title, challenging for Champions League, challenge for the triple. I heard it all. They dancing different. They were dancing different on Friday to the way that they dancing today. I'll tell you that much. Just as we suspected, Jacob is a good dad. Big up Adrian Lawrence. You already know. First and foremost, Arteta was like Mick Jagger on ice. Embarrassing. I didn't see Mick Jagger on ice. He wasn't good. What did I pick in the poll? Spurs should have won -2 points. That's what I'm saying, because that's how I felt. After the yellow, Udogi had Saka in a chokehold, says Spurs King. Big up Spurs King. Good to see you here. I see you on all the other big channels. Makes me feel honored to have you here, showing some love. Makes me feel like, we up here. We up here. We breathe in the same air. You know what I'm saying? Ian McKenna, it's way better result for Tottenham than for Arsenal. Absolutely. But don't get it twisted, Ian. We dropped 2 points. We should have won that. We dominated them in their own home. We went in there, we took a shit in their toilet, we ate what's in their cabinet, and we didn't flush, we didn't throw away, we didn't clean up after the sandwiches we made. There's a bunch of breadcrumbs all over their kitchen. We didn't give a fuck. We threw a party, and then we left. I've been saying all day yesterday, Ange Postecoglou, you know that meme with 50 Cent where he's in the car and he's like, ha, and he drives off? That was Ange Postecoglou leaving the Emirates yesterday. Talk to me nicely. 95 of y'all in the house, hit the like one time for the one time. Hit the like if you're an Arsenal fan and you think you should have won. Hit the like if you're a Spurs fan and you know that we should have won. Come on, talk to me nicely. RVP says, LOL, we had more corners, more shots, more possession in the final third, more touches in your box, and you came twice from behind. So how were you winning that game? I'm really glad that you asked that, because if you look at the first half, RVP, you did not have more possession. I mean, you could talk about possession in the final third. That doesn't matter when you talk about overall possession, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, it was still 2-2. So more possession in the final third. If you want to say our 60% to your 40% in the first half is irrelevant somehow because we were passing a lot throughout the back, that's just part of the game plan. You fell into our hands. You played our game. That's how we were winning that match. We were winning by you falling into our hands and playing exactly how we wanted you to play. More big chances in the first half. 3 big chances to your 2. Same amount of shots on target. Tell me how Arsenal were better than Spurs on the day. I want to know the argument on how Arsenal were better than Spurs on the day, because anybody who can look at it non-biased, and again, I try and take my Tottenham glasses off as much as I can. I definitely try as much as I can. I try as hard as I can to take my Tottenham glasses off. And I try so hard. Shout out my boy Akon. Speaking of shout out, we are joined by a very special guest. So let me not take too, let me see. Am I talking a lot of waffle? This guy likes to either say, up, Jacob, you're flying too high. Go ahead and get right here. Or he's going to say, I'm flying right next to you, Jacob. Let's keep this party moving. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on the guest for this evening. We've got Ashmatic. How we doing, buddy?
I try, but the feeling's just too strong. You make me wanna. Ooh, Jacob.
Oh yeah, come on,
man. We saucing right now. We saucing.
How we live? Oh, okay, saucing it up. I like my expressions. He did say we're kangaroosing sauce, and I love that. We are oozing confidence. We are oozing sauce, my friend. 2-2 away at the Emirates. First question I'm going to ask you is what's in the description? Tutu. Hey, I ain't a ballerina, but talk to me nicely. I'm wearing a tutu. This is what I'm going to say. We get a point away at the Emirates. Is that good enough? Did we drop 2 points? Where's your mentality at the final whistle? Were you saying, damn, we should have got more out of that? How'd you feel?
For me personally, this is just my own opinion. I felt like it could have gone either way. I'll be real. It could have gone either way. At one point, they were all over us, and at one point, we were all over them, because as much as they pushed on us, it left them way open, especially towards the end. And had it not been for injuries on our part and injuries on their part, the game could have swung in 2 different ways. So what I mean by this, let me elaborate a little bit. Obviously, they lost Rice, but to be fair, I couldn't really see no peas, no rice. I couldn't even see no chicken. That's what I saw. But for us, it was something slightly different. Johnson was the main threat in behind in terms of pace and stretching them. And I felt like when his hamstring went, we kind of lost that threat in behind, that direct threat. And then also, I think, when Maddison jarred his knee, he was like our main source of creativity. He was like the hub. He was
real quick. I'm going to pause you. Maddison's knee. You see the replay. You see him go. When I saw him holding his knee before I saw the replay, I'm not going to lie. You know, the primitive instinct of a man, whenever they feel like their life is in danger, their manlyhood is in danger, there's a scientific reaction where, apologies for anyone who might find this too crude, where, to be as frank as I can possibly state it, your balls get sucked up into your gut. Cavemen used to do it when a saber-toothed tiger was coming around. You didn't want them danglies getting clawed at by a saber-tooth. So it's a human evolution from a man's perspective. Now, when James Maddison went down holding his knee, I hadn't seen the replay. I wasn't completely caveman balls status. But when I saw the replay, I had PTSD flashbacks of Bentancur when he went down with the hyperextension. Looked sort of similar on the replay. Where were you at when James Maddison went down holding that knee?
Yeah, no, I was worried. I thought, oh, this could be it. Because I know he's had injuries in the past and he's been out for periods when he was with Leicester. as soon as he was out, that's when they started losing games. And those games that he wasn't in, I think that could have been the difference from them staying up, from them getting relegated. I honestly think so. He's really that key. He's really that difference in a team. And I just thought the worst. But then, obviously, he got up and then he went to the sidelines and then he said he wanted to continue. And then, obviously, I thought, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. If you carry on running, it might make it worse, whatnot. Then I actually peeped it. And I said, "Raw, you know what? If it was a proper ACL, like if it was a proper knee meniscus injury, you're not getting back up. You're not running. You're going to have to be off on a stretcher." So for him to get back up, I said, okay, I don't think it's that serious. And then he actually came on, and there was a part in the game where he gets the ball, 2 Arsenal players are onto him. They're mad on him. And then he managed to wriggle his way between 2 of them. And then he kind of passes it off and we keep possession. And I'm like, phew, it's not serious. And I felt like Ange took him off as a precaution, getting ready for Liverpool. Do you know what I'm saying? I know like lots of people are upset because they kind of felt like we were throwing in the towel. They kind of felt like we were going on super defensive. But it just made sense to bring on Højbjerg. I think if Maddison stayed fit and he didn't have that little issue, I think Sarr would have come off and Højbjerg would have come on for Sarr. But because of the little jar in the knee, and it looked a bit mad, I can't lie, it looked a bit madders. You get it? So we had to take him off and then bring on the safety, the steady Eddie, the reliable, the Viking, that kind of
the Danish version of a Declan Rice.
There you go.
Bro, they don't like it when I say it. I was on a big channel. There was 800 people watching last night. I'm shamelessly saying, can anyone name me the 5 best attributes of Declan Rice? Martin, you're an Arsenal fan, I believe you said. And then we also have RVP, the best ever in the house. Again, I know you're going to say this is waffle, this is crazy, this is outlandish, but sometimes I like to raise questions maybe outside of the box a little bit, push the boundaries of comfortability, and let's explore these thoughts because let's have it right. 105 million on Declan Rice. I've been saying, what are the 5 things that you think he does well? And then typically the 5 answers I get every single time has been 5 answers I've heard in defense of the player of Højbjerg is what makes Højbjerg a suitable player in certain systems. So again, I raise the question: what separates these 2 players?
I think Arteta's going to have to improve him. Not to say he's a bad player, but when I watch him for England, I kind of see his shortcomings, if that makes sense. In the Arsenal team, he's that man that kind of just tick-attackers. He just does those short passes, if that makes sense. Sometimes he drives with it. In that transition phase, I think that's where Arteta will improve him, because at West Ham, he didn't really bring the ball from the back like a Bissouma and kind of like carry that ball in that kind of like off the centre-backs, if that makes sense. He does carry the ball, but it's in the final thirds. But he won't ever notice it, if that makes sense, unless you're an Arsenal fan. You know, like how we watch our players week in, week out.
Yeah, like, and maybe that's I'm too casual. Maybe that's what it is. I'm too casual when I watch Arsenal. Maybe I'm too casual and I'm not like reviewing. And I'm not. But when I was doing the watch along, I remember it was like 40 minutes in, and I mentioned, because I was trying to do play-by-play and then silly, colorful commentary. It was like 40 minutes in. I was like, this is the 3rd time I've said his name as far as getting a pass or completing a pass. And I was like, this is their guy, and I've only said his name 3 times. That's the names I kept saying over and over was Odegaard, Saliva, Saka, Buhu Saka, and then those were the 3 names I said the most. And then Gabriel Jesus as well, because he was winning the ball a lot for them, and then he was trying to create things down the left-hand side. So those were the names I mentioned the most. And then it was like 40 minutes in. I'm like, bro, I feel like I barely mentioned Declan Rice. Where the hell's this man been? I'm just saying.
Because, you know what's crazy about it? He obviously pulled up with a cough, and I think all that.
Yeah, I would have too if I was getting run through like that. Shit, my calf hurt too. Take me out, coach.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, yo, run through where? Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Hey, we saw it. We saw it. There was 45 minutes live and direct on display. Man got split open more than Alexis Texas. What we talking about?
Ah, damn. Like for me, I don't know. Like obviously, yeah, it was a hard one. I watched it back and I was looking for Rice. I said I need to just look at him, but he kind of just blended in. I thought I saw Zinchenko a lot more supporting, making those balls, those forward balls, like what I want to see from Rice. I saw Zinchenko doing it more, if that makes sense, on that left-hand side. In terms of the right-hand side, like he might have been part of some type of build-up, but in terms of like affecting the game and making an overall contribution in the final third, obviously that's not his job. He's a DM. He's there to break and protect and serve that back to those centre-backs. Do you know what I'm saying? When the inverts push forward, rear to a tear, I don't want to go on anymore. But he's not really that standout guy, and I feel like Arteta's going to have to coach and give that another level. But I think, to be fair to us, we kept him real quiet. You know what I'm saying? We kept him like...
I said, hello?
We turned
Anybody home?
We turned him into Sir Patrick, Ghost. So, Casper, I don't know. I couldn't see him. I'll be honest with you. And
that's what I'm saying. And the things I was on live, so 800 people watching on This Is Football, Hussam's channel, and I was Assad. Shout out Assad. He's an Arsenal fan. I said, you know, name me some of his better qualities. One of the things he mentioned was his ability to intercept the ball. 0 interceptions yesterday. What else? And then he said,
oh, it's long.
There was a word that he kept going back to, and it was just hilarious. Everyone on the panel kept laughing because I asked him a question. I said, "You spent $105 million on this guy. Give me 5 things that he does really well." And he said,
"Carry the water, carry the ball."
Something in like in possession. He's like something in possession, something good in possession or whatever.
Tidy in possession. He's tidy.
Yeah, he kept saying something like that. He named like 2-3 things.
Like, doesn't lose it, if that makes sense. So he's like on the ball. He's cute. He's got good control. He will have short passes. So like he's not a player that will lose it. You know, like, even if you press him, he's able to do a short pass, and that's why you don't see him, because he's that man that just does a little tick over. If that makes sense.
Here we go. RVP's 5 things of why Declan Rice is a good player is defensive awareness, which I feel like as a defensive mid, that is bare minimum. So I would argue that Højbjerg has that. Press resistance. Okay, you got Højbjerg there. He's not very press resistant. Tackling. Højbjerg can get in a couple times. He can get real stuck in for you. Breaking lines. Højbjerg's done that. Composure, leadership. Højbjerg's captain of a national team that went decently in the Euros. Composure. He hit an equalizer versus Liverpool, I believe. He's also had the assist for Harry Kane when he broke the record. He's had some really good assists for Harry Kane, if I can remember correctly, in their time playing together. So one thing that you've mentioned here is something that Højbjerg is not good at. So press resistance, there it is. I have an answer. The one thing that can separate these two, outside of a price tag, reputation, nationality, this is the one thing I could say, I guess, that separates these two is the press. Do you feel like Declan Rice is pretty press resistant?
No, he is, but we just haven't seen enough of him. And as Spurs fans, we don't watch Arsenal like that. But I'm at West Ham. I was listening to an interview with Antonio, and he was rating him so highly. He was like, in terms of like ball carries, box to box, like covering ground, like, you know, like defending, knowing where to be on the pitch. Like he's that guy. In terms of even like his shot, like him able to being able to shoot. He doesn't do it a lot, but when he does get on the ball and he actually shoots, he's got a good shot on him. In terms of in the air, he's a ball winner. So aerially, he's quite good as well. So I don't know I don't know if he's like a level above Højbjerg in the air, like if he's that much better in the air. But I do know he does win his jewels when it comes to aerial battles. So like, especially in the box, he's quite good in the box in terms of winning headers. But as in terms of a defensive midfielder, he's good. He's good. Box to box, it's not really a standout feature in my opinion for him, but he does have that in his locker. He's got agility. That's what I will say. He has got a bit of agility. So he's not like stiff. He's not like
Now let me open up my comparison, Because now when I hear you kind of talking about some other things, some other attributes here that we could attribute to Rice's game, sounds to me, now I'm thinking Papa Matasar. I'm elevating him a little bit. Now you're describing $105 million Papa Matasar. So are you saying, Ashmatic, without putting words in your mouth, I'm going to directly put words in your mouth, is Papa Matasar worth $105 million
I think
right
the difference
now?
between him and Saar, if I'm being honest,
I'm being shameless.
if I'm being honest, I think composure. I think that's the difference between the two. And I think because Declan's a little bit older, I think he's had time to work on that, if that makes sense. Whereas I think with time, Saar's a bit raw. Saar's a bit raw. But let it come. Give him a season. Give him a season under Ange, and you're going to see a different player. I think in terms of ball carrying, I think Saar has got that on him. I think, yeah, in terms of ball carrying, I think he's got that on him, and I think he's a bit more fearless than a Declan Rice. So you'll see him on the end of things a lot more. But I just think in that final third, I think Rice has got a little bit more composure than Saar in terms of shooting. So that's the only.
Well, I got the Arsenal fan to admit, at least, the reason why his price was so inflated was because he won the Conference League and he was the captain of that side. That he at least conceded to saying that, and not that this guy is worth that. But I mean, honestly, I look at some of these over 100 plus transactions. Well, Mudryk to Chelsea, what has he done? Anthony to United, what has he done? Darwin Núñez was like 90 to Liverpool. You could argue he's starting to come of age of what was expected, maybe a little bit. But again, these absorbent price tags, I don't think necessarily reflects quality. And again, the same thing I say for Richarlison. It's not his fault that he was sold at X amount of dollars. That's just the price is what the price is on today. And yesterday's price will not be today's price. We know that much.
Well, sorry to cut you as well.
Go.
With Rice, and the difference between like a Maddison or a Bissouma. I know Maddison's not a defensive mid, so I shouldn't compare him. But I think in terms of risk profile, like Saar would risk a lot more, if that makes sense, on the ball. Mm-hmm. And I think Rice needs to have that edge for him to become that level where he stands up. And he's not someone that can take the game by the ruff of the neck, if that makes sense. He's not someone that can dictate play. He's not someone that can control games. And I think that's the reason why we don't notice him, because he just blends in. He doesn't really stand out as like, yeah, he might win a couple balls, keep that possession, keep it tight, keep it cute. But so does Jorginho. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho, for me, is better at controlling the game, better at dictating. But I think Rice needs to stand up a little bit more to become that level of elite player and I think as well, in terms of price tag, unfortunately, it's just the nature of the market. It's not really his fault that it was 100. West Ham didn't want to sell him. Let's be honest.
Yeah, supply creates demand, right?
That's literally all it is. So I'll give him that. But there's no way is he worth 100. Because for 100 mil, you need to be dictating. You need to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to be running the game. You need to be running the game. So as soon as that ball comes into you, you need to be doing what Odegaard's doing, but from the back. Do you know what I'm saying? Long balls, short balls, dribbling, bringing the ball forward, bringing the ball out.
So I see RVP has commented, Jacob, give me 5 characteristics of Bissouma. And this is actually the next talking point I wanted to bring up. I wanted to look at some numbers with you, Ash, from yesterday from Yves Bissouma. 94% pass accuracy, 71 touches, which is actually quite low considering the work rate in which this man is usually up in the hundreds of touches per match. But only 71 touches for Yves Bissouma yesterday, 51 of 54 passes, so that gives you the 94%. 6 out of 9 ground duels won. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is what, 67% ground duel ability. 4 out of 4 tackles won, 4 ball recoveries, 1 out of 1 aerial duels completed, 1 out of 1 dribbles completed past an opponent. Dominating performance, they say. Man of the match, they say. He gets my, I'm going to go ahead and say it, he gets my BDE award of the match, because I thought from end to end he was doing that. In the first moments of the match, there was an offside goal that Bissouma laid off perfectly for Son. He was unfortunately offside. I think it was off of a corner, if I'm not mistaken, but he was offside, horribly offside. But he's knocking on the goal contribution door. But Ash, before I give 5 characteristics, could you give 5 characteristics of Bissouma? Let's see if we align, or if maybe we can provide 10 right here for RVP. What makes Bissouma a fucking baller, and what separates him from the likes of microwavable rice?
He's elite at tackling, I feel, in my opinion. So tackling, or if you want to put it in one, tackling and intercepting. So tackling and intercepting is one. I think positioning as well. As a single pivot, his positional awareness, knowing where to be on the pitch, is another key attribute. So him actually helping the team turn defense into attack. So that's why I would round up for your awareness and positioning. So I might put awareness and positioning as number 2, right? I'd say his ball carrying, him able to bring the ball up from the field, from defense into attack as well. I think that's elite as well in terms of him bringing the ball up. And I call dribbling a separate one, because dribbling is separate to ball carrying. Ball carrying is taking the ball from A to B into space, attacking the space. And he does it centrally. That's more importantly, because a lot of players, when they break, it's either on the wing.
It's out wide, yeah.
Right, do you know what I mean? And it's very rare to get a player that can kind of break lines and drive into spaces and not lose the ball as well. And he's very good at protecting the ball, bringing the ball out from the back, driving into space. But then I'd say the 4th ability for me, in my opinion, is his actually dribbles, his actual dribbles. So when you dribble, that means your ability to beat a man, to beat a player, to beat a person. So he's able to dribble past players. So we saw it against Arsenal. He beat 2 players. Sometimes his back's to goal, and he's able to beat what's behind him or what's around him. So 2 or 3 players would surround him, and he's able to find his way out of that position. And I think that's what really separates him, because his footwork is so good, his feet work is so clever, and also his body position. He knows how to feint, drop a shoulder, protect the ball, shield it, sometimes steps on the ball to kind of invite the press on, and then he treads on it and he rolls the ball over his foot, and he's able to cut one way with his body. He manipulates his body to kind of shield the ball and then get out of a dribble or get out of a press. And then I think finally, the last one I would say for me is passing ability. So when I say passing ability, he knows when to drop into space to kind of help gel the team together, because when you're passing, you're doing short, cute passes or medium passes, that helps to create small little triangles or little squares. And what he does is he arrives into space, normally just ahead of the 2 centre-backs. That's what he does. And he passes it out to the fullback on the wide-hand side, on the, you know, where the byline is. And then what he will do, he won't just stay there. He will make a dart and run to complete that triangle. So he will do like a 1-2 pass, or he might be a 3rd man pass, if that makes sense. So he's that out ball where you get that ball, and then he's able to link the fullbacks, the midfield, and defense. And that gives an overall confidence to the team when you're doing those short little passes, and you're able to dictate whether you want the team to play slow or if you want the team to play fast and quickly transition. So he kind of controls the midfield, and I think that's why people are so impressed by him. I heard a lot of Man United fans, they were loving him. They were like, oh, the way he controls the midfield is excellent. And it's through his short passing that he does it. He's got long passes in his locker as well. So I know I haven't really mentioned that, but long passes, again, that's vision. So that's another part of his game. So that's number 6. I mean, I could keep going, but I want you to have some.
Our RVP, hey, there's plenty of characteristics to choose from, my friend. RVP says, I didn't know that made-up stuff was allowed in the characteristics game. I would have given 100 then. I expected better from you, Jacob. Well, I'm glad you're here and that you have any sort of expectation for me, because typically whenever I go into a place for the first time, this may not be your first time here, but I'm glad that I have some kind of expectation of like foundation of whatever this means. But what I will say, RVP, is what's not made up is the things that I think Bissouma does do well, which, like you've mentioned, I'm going to throw out there. I think his dribbling is phenomenal. From what's supposed to be, some people characterize him as a 6. He thinks of himself as an 8, a box-to-box 8. So I'm going to give him box-to-box ability, dominate end-to-end, I will say as well. He controls when we're offensively in the opponent's half and the ball comes into him at the middle and there's a man directly on him, he never looks like out of his depth or like he's trying to hurry a pass along. He looks calm as ever. He can turn on a dime and spin the man around, put him in a washing machine like we've seen all season, or he can play the pass back and do the 1-2 with Van de Ven or Romero. The thing is, I think the fact that he has trust in those around him brings out more from him. Again, this is a guy that was touted as a leader, so he's got leadership ability. Ange Postecoglou from day one saw him in training and said, you can be a leader in this team. You just have to come to training on time. And then the next day he showed up late. So isn't that fun? But so that's 3 right there that are not made up. And power in the league, you must have strength and power on the ball, off the ball. He was pushing boys over. He made grown men look like young boys on the playground. So power is absolutely in there. That's 4. And then 5, to round it all off, I would say his composure. Again, in his own box, back with a man on his back and his back to his opponent's goal. So he's facing Vicario, ball at his feet, man on him, man on Romero, man on Van de Ven. The composure to just say, skirt. Remix on this motherfucker, sent his ass left while he went, he pulled the U-turn on, big swinging on 4s, if you know what I'm talking about. So that's 5 not made up things that I at least will attribute to his game, RVP. But big up, appreciate you being here as well. Man, I just think, here we go, another comment. It says, Jacob, Rice does all of that. I didn't mention that because I thought it was a given, and Rice has an eye for goal. But whatever, you're biased. Don't blame you. I am biased. I always admit it that I'm biased. I'm not trying to sit up here and say like I do often try to take off my Tottenham lenses and look at it from a purely like analytical and logical approach. True. So when I banter Rice, it is with bias that I say a lot of these things that lead me to these questions that I ask of people. But look, Rice is a great footballer. I'm just taking the piss out of how much he cost and how your expectations were already here, and now you've dropped an absorbent amount of money on a European trophy winner, so now the expectations have risen and you can't even get a win at your own home. That's kind of where I'm at. Adrian Stroka, question, your player ratings. I haven't done player ratings. I don't really do player ratings, if I'm honest. We are 5 likes away from 100, y'all. Help us get to that 100 likes. We are 5 away. And I see we are 5 subscribers away from 2,500. So that'd be absolutely cool. If at some point you can share this video with your mother, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your sister, your nephew, your niece, your neighbor from down the street, Billy Bob down at the store. Share it with every single one of them, and we can get this channel to over 2,500 subscribers. Absolutely mental, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. We average now, Ashmatic, just going to say this because I want to big up the people who made it possible, which is y'all, the subscribers, the viewers, the chatters. We've averaged now for the last 15 episodes over 100 likes per video. So I'm pretty surprised, and I'm happy with that so many people come over here and show the love. So I appreciate every single one of you who do that. We are 2 likes away from 100. So appreciate the 3 of y'all who just went over there and liked. And if we do get any new subscribers during the show, I will make sure to shout them out because we are only 5 away from a little cool milestone there. Beer Talk says, Bissouma had a, quote, bad game and was far better than Rice. I mean, he did have a full 90 in his legs at least. RVP says, in a true relative fair market, Rice is 60 mil and Enzo not more than 70, 75. Enzo for over 100 was absolutely insane as well. So I need to poke more fun. I think Chelsea don't get enough shit thrown at them for just how awful they are and how LOL it is. I made this comparison earlier. I think Pochettino's being held hostage. I think they needed a face and a warm body to throw out there so the fans know there's a person in charge. But if you look at the welcome video from Pochettino, again, it looks like he's handcuffed to the chair. Can't quite make out. He's got the dark sleeves on, and I think they went with a dark set of cuffs there, Ash. And they got him cut. His arms don't move that entire interview. Tell me what interview you sit there for like an hour and your arms don't come off of the damn armrest. I'm just saying. I think he's held hostage. But shout out Pochettino.
Agent Maurizio, that's what I call him because he's a high job for us. I'll tell you.
Hey.
Going.
Keep going, baby. Keep going. I hope he makes it to my birthday game. That's all I can hope for is he make it to my birthday game. Big up Ashy. Everyone's showing some love to Ashmatic, of course. Go check him out at Southview Coys. Big up the channel over there. Even though Has don't like me, he don't invite me on no more. Big shout out to Southview Coys every single time. Oh, did I say that out loud? Did I say that out loud? I'll just play it.
You're welcome every time.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oops. Inthaj says, if there were two of me, I'd hit that like again. Big up Inthaj. Hitting that like once is the call of booty, and that is it. Everyone who's a YouTube chat member, haven't had any super chats today, but that's okay. Y'all are all hitting that like and chatting with me, and that means more than anything. Congrats, Jacob. I love your channel. Big up Inthaj. Appreciate that. Ash, you got to come back more often. Really like the pairing. Yeah, Ash, we try and get him on bi-weekly at least. I send out the feelers. He is a wanted man. I ain't talking wanted posters like in the Wild West. I'm talking wanted and high demand. And like we were talking about with Rice, supply creates that demand. And there ain't no one like you, Ashmatic. That's why you're in high demand, my friend. So big ups. Thank you for joining
man. You're one of a kind, baby. One of a kind.
Hey, that's the thing is you and I feel like we could talk Spurs, we could talk football, but then there's a whole other laundry list, Santa Claus wish list type that we could talk about. So that's why I love having you on the channel, because it's always love. And it's like sitting here talking with one of my homies instead of like having a Schmatic, when you sit down and analytically look at the game and you analyze our performances, would you say yes, or would you say no?
I'd say, I'd say quite exquisite. One would say absolutely fabulous.
Hey, big up RVP. Oh, fabulous. What a great word indeed. RVP being the 100th like here on the channel. Appreciate that. We may be rivals, but we are all humans and we all love the same beautiful, beautiful game. So first and foremost, I see everyone as a human, and then I see who you rep and judge you accordingly. But I judge you on a human first. So RVP, you're a good dude or gal. You're here, you're showing the love, you're chatting, you're bantering, you're indulging me in my wild biases. And again, I don't sit up here and I'd be dishonest. I don't misdirect. I don't say I'm totally logical. No, I'm a human, 50% emotion, 50% logic. And
quick one.
Yeah.
It's not honest. It's just I just thought it worked though. It worked.
Hey, it worked. Check.
Højbjerg already. Højbjerg.
What about?
I mean, basically, he's got a new agent.
Højbjerg got a new agent.
Fabrizio Romano tweeted it out. Yeah, he said he's got a new agent, and
he says someone who can make sure I get to Atletico or what?
Basically, yeah. January move. So
big up, Kate. You don't got to do this. You got a lot going on, you and Jim. Big up for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Kate with Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs says, big up to absolute legends. Love you guys. Big up, Kate. I do appreciate that.
We're sending powers to you that your arm's gonna get healed real fast. Don't worry, we see you.
He gonna come back. He gonna come back strong arm. You ever see that Simpsons episode where Homer Simpson, he's doing the flexing on him, Ash. I'm gonna get demonetized. They're gonna say that's fraudulent boasting of the muscles. They don't allow that on YouTube, making me look like a little boy, Ashmatic. Here's the link. Thank you, Ben, for that link. There's the link. Southview Coys. You can catch Ashmatic there. I believe you have a show tomorrow as well. Views and vibes from Ashmatic or something of the sort. So you can catch Ashmatic at Southview Coys along with Marlon and Has, the two folks who never come on my channel or invite me on theirs. But did I just throw Marlon in the bus too? Marlon, I'm sorry, Marlon. You're a family man just like I am. So I'm just teasing. I'm giving them all. I like to, talk a little friendly shit to the friendly people. That just means that's a sign of endearment, right? If I can say, boy, you look busted up today. You look worse than Kai Havertz coming on the pitch at halftime. And hopefully they take it as a compliment. So big up, Kate, again, for the super chat. Big ups. I do appreciate that. Wait, they changed the super chat bubbles.
Oh, what?
What do you mean? I mean, I know on the super chat, I can hit a like on it now. That's kind of cool. Jacob, you didn't ask my question to Ash. How can Rice be more sorry if I missed it. There's been like on average about 80 to 100 of y'all tapping in. So apologies, but y'all are killing it. So thank you for being here. You didn't ask my question to ask Ash. How can Rice be more expansive with Vieira beside him? We need Party in the same role.
So what? He's saying that he wants Party as the 6, and then he wants Rice where Vieira is to drop. Because for me, I thought Vieira, like from what I saw, I watched it again. I thought Vieira didn't press too bad, and he wasn't doing the most, but he wasn't bad. And from what I saw in the previous game, I thought Vieira's got decent vision, in my opinion, in terms of like finding that pass and running in behind.
Also, Arsenal fans were saying that Vieira is finally coming alive for them, that they're finally going to see the player they thought they were getting.
That's what I thought. I just didn't really see the same Vieira that I saw in the game against Everton, because Everton he did a through ball into, was it Nketiah or was it not Nketiah? I think it was Martinelli that scored that offside goal. I don't know if you saw the game, but basically Vieira played a ball into Martinelli into the box, but they called it offside. I think Nketiah was coming back from an offside position or something like that, and it was ruled off offside.
Oh, it was minuscule, wasn't it? It was like shoelace.
Yeah,
when they VAR'd it. I remember now. Yeah, because I was trying to think. I was like, I remember he was coming back from an offside position, but it was like his heel was offside is how they determined. And I remember the lines were awful. The lines were super, super skewed. And I wasn't mad about it because fuck Arsenal at the end of the day. But I was like, I'd be pissed. We've had a lot of those happen. A lot of those have happened to us, and they've made me mad. So as an Arsenal fan, I can see why they'd be pissed if the cleat on your heel is just barely offsides from a very skewed angle. But
pardon me. But the point I was making, that it was the vision of Vieira doing the pass into him that kind of created that goal. And then in the second half, I saw him doing those runs into the box, running in behind. It's just that in the North London derby, when you're playing a better opposition, sometimes our players might cancel your players and vice versa. Like, it works both ways. Because at the same time, we didn't start super on fire. I think the first 5 minutes we looked decent. And then after that, they were kind of on top for a little piece. And then I felt like there was a few teething issues when Bissouma had the ball, and he kind of was too casual on it. And the same with Maddison, which presented the chance for Jesus, who fired over the bar. I thought at times when they got the ball in the back, I was like, guys, it's Arsenal, come on, to step it up a little bit. And it was just that for that split moment, they got caught just for that moment. And after that, it was like the wake-up call they needed. Because then we kind of grew into the game. And it was almost like, like Hulk. When you hit Hulk, he just gets more mad. The Hulk smash.
That's like me in the summer heat. The hotter I get, the more fucking angry I get. Ask my wife; she hates it. She hates it when I come in. So every morning I gotta take the dog out. My son sometimes he wants to go out, so I have this thing that I strap around my abdomen, and it's got a little seat, so I can sit my son on it, and it makes it easier when I carry his ass around when we go outside walking. And I'll make him walk and stuff too, but usually coming up the stairs, in an effort to save myself time, I just put him in that seat and I carry him up the stairs and drag the dog up the stairs. And he's a big ass dog. Oh, what the hell are you leaving for?
No, he left. He walked out. So
he said, "Oh, because we're right about on 2 hours. Right when we get around that 2 hour mark, he said I'll put in a shift and I'm done. My name Declan Rice. I'm done. And I'm done. 45 minutes. Take me out the oven, coach." But I lost my train of thought. But my point being is that when I come up them stairs, I get mighty sweaty and I'm hot. And my wife's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm fucking hot. I'm seeping from every orifice." And she's like, "You need to get it together." And I'm like, I get so rattled by being sweaty, man. When I just take a shower too and I'm sweaty, that is a recipe for disaster.
It makes no sense. You just wash yourself and you come out and you're sweating.
And now I'm back to being dirty. Now I got to shower before I sleep again because I'm laying in the bed and it's all soggy like a piece of old toast. What are we talking about?
Make sense. Just make it make sense.
I appreciate you flexing as well. We just hit 2 hours, and Kate says it was worth the super chat just to see that flex. And Bobby K says put that shit away. And yes, we did get invited to the gun show, and if you only knew. RVP said it came from an Evertonian player, and the defender on extreme left was playing Martinelli on side.
Yeah, so there you go. There you go, man. But the point I was saying, was just about the Fabio Vieira. I just thought, obviously, a lot of players didn't shine at the Emirates. It wasn't just Fabio Vieira that went missing. in that game. I mean, they had moments, but it was just like I saw obviously Zinchenko, I saw Jesus, I saw Saliba, and then it was Saka. Obviously, I saw Saka, 4 players, but the others were kind of like I didn't really. I know they were there because they were part of the team. Obviously, they put us under pressure, but like there's quite a few players that just didn't have a good game. Like Nketiah went from up front to the left. Like they just couldn't quite figure out what to do with him. And then obviously Rice and Vieira had to come off for obvious reasons. But apart from that, I was struggling to see who the standout guy was, who was going to be the difference. Even Martin Odegaard, for me, he had one shot, he had one chance where he looked kind of dangerous. And then apart from that, he kind of
I mean, hey, easy Ash. I heard Odegaard is better than James Madison. That's what they want me to believe.
Not in that game. I'm sorry, not in that game. I mean,
I would say not since he's entered the Premier League. Statistically, if you look at their numbers, the same amount of years since he joined the Premier League, he has like 30 more appearances, and James Madison has +9 goal contributions. Talk to me nicely. James Madison's the truth. All right, I ain't having it no more. I said this on the football terrace. 7,000 live people trolling me in the chat, commenting on the video after the fact. This deluded American fan don't know what he's talking about. Stick to baseball. All the shit. I hear you, motherfuckers. But guess what? You always resort to the xenophobic shit when I put your ass into the mud. That's what happens when I sit you down and I say these are the facts of life, young beaver, and they say, I don't like it. You're American. You don't know ball. Stick to baseball. That's the last resort. That's a clear sign you've just lost the argument, my friend. So to all them fucking losers, I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. I only speak my truth. My reality is what I speak. And you know what? Again, I think there's no grounds to make an argument where you could say Odegaard's better in the Premier League than James Madison, because he's not. The numbers, the statistics, with more appearances, Odegaard's done less. So, and he's been in a better side, a title contending side. Madison got fucking relegated last season. So I'm just saying, I don't want to hear no more Odegaard's better than Madison, because I ain't buying it. That's just that's people's emotions and their feelings, their biases. That's like me saying Adama's better than Kulusevski. Based on what? While I may feel it inside when I want to watch Adama run down the side more than I want to see Kulusevski run down the right-hand side, that doesn't mean what I'm saying is true just because I feel it inside. You know what I mean? While I may want to see Adama on the right, there's nothing I can say statistically or game from my eyes that shows Adama is better than Kulusevski. It's just my feelings. That's we all have feelings that sometimes get us in the, precarious situations, so to speak. But big up, son of a gun. I have faith you will be around to enjoy all the fun that we're going to have here pretty soon. But in the effort of time, we are over 2 hours now, so I will be trying to wrap up the show. I have starred everyone's man of the matches and their BDE of the matches as well. So if you haven't hit me with yours, hit it now, and I'll find it. I'll star it. We'll talk about it, and I'll share mine at the very end. But Ash, I want to hear yours, and then I'm gonna go to the comments, and then I'll reveal mine, and then we'll say goodbye. So Ashmatic, who is your man of the match and why? And then who is your BDE of the match and why?
My man of the match is Postecoglou.
Hey,
is that allowed? I don't know.
You can do whatever you want. I've done it. You could do that for sure.
Am I not ashamed? Am I not embarrassed? No, I'm not embarrassed. I think Postecoglou just showed who's boss. He kind of schooled Arteta because he was just so composed on the sidelines. He just had his hands in his pocket, like, you know what I mean, mate? Like,
cool as a cucumber, baby. Talk to me nicely.
I love it. Arteta was losing his mind, doing substitution.
Did you see his reaction whenever the goal went in for 2-2? Yeah. He turns around. And then guess what? All the leaders in their group, everyone starts fucking crying. Their fans, Boo-hoo Saka. That's his new name. It used to be Ball Saka, but now it's Boo-hoo Saka.
For me, it's like he has no excuses. Like Postecoglou comes with no excuses, no BS, straight talking. he works with what he has. You know what I'm trying to say? He works with what he has. He doesn't complain. Doesn't talk about injuries. He had injuries, but he didn't mention it. He just got on with it. Do you understand? And for me, because he's got a young squad, I like Ange is kind of adopting his sons and he's teaching his sons how to act, how to play in big games. Don't play the occasion, play the game. And that, for me, speaks volumes at the moment because lots of fans are panicking. Oh, I hate us when we play at the back. But Ange is saying, listen, I believe in my own team. No matter what, we're going to continue playing out from the back in this way. And guess what? We're going to get better. And we're going to play with our chest upright. And because we played with our chest, it showed. And we ended up getting a point that we haven't got in the last 3 or 4 seasons at the Emirates. And we were expected to get ripped, not just by the fans, but by the pundits, by social media. Like, everyone wrote us off. And I love it.
Yeah, shout out Merson. Gary Merson, that's his name. Shout him out. That motherfucker. He went into hiding. RVP says, Jacob, Rashford had more goals and assists than Son last season. Does that make him better than Son? No, but look at their numbers since the entire time they've been in the Premier League. Get a larger sample size provides a better outcome of results, in my opinion. Because if you do one sample size, which is last season, okay. But if you do the season before that, Son won the fucking Golden Boot. So what are we saying here? We judging just one season. We go on recency bias. RVP, my point in saying is look at multiple seasons in the same league, the same time that they've been able to compete against each other in the same league. But I mean, like, not against each other, obviously, but like, look at it from that view. I haven't obviously compared Rashford's numbers to Son's numbers, but I'd argue Son's are more than Rashford's. I don't know. But Rashford hasn't been extremely successful. He hasn't won a Golden Boot in the last 3 years. I'll tell you that much.
And what was the other thing that had to? What was the BDE? What's the BDE? What's that?
BDE.
About? What's that? What's the BDE?
What has Bissouma done all season? Left, right, middle, swang that thing all around 90 minutes. Biggest man, largest bravado, so to speak. He's got that thing, and he ain't afraid to use it, show it, and gloat it. You know what I'm saying? That is what.
He's got the keys to the city. Literally. Bro. He opens up every door. Am I making sense? He is the jelly. He's the brain.
He's everything. Talk to me.
First, he's my last. He's my everything. My everything. He's a general. He's a general. He's like the captain without even having the armband. Like, look at me, I'm the captain now. He's that guy, literally. And I like how he stands up for his team. He fights every cause. And just on the ball as well, he just shows leadership as well, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well, like vocally, everything. He embodies what we're about, what Ange is about as well. I feel like this is how Ange wants to play, and he just shows that bravery and that commitment that you need to be in an Ange system.
I like that. That's a great shout too as well. So it's gonna actually make me change my answer, which I will reveal. Yeah, you could say PG version of BDE is that big dog energy. There you go. You got them kids around, it's that big dog energy. Kudo coming in. Romero cost us the win, but oh well, as long as we didn't lose. I'm unusually calm for the game, not too nervous, neither too optimistic. Well, there you go. Let me go ahead and run through y'all's man of the match in BDE. J.Co. coming in over an hour and a half ago. Man of the match, Van de Veen, BDE is Sonny. Jason Bell, man of the match, Van de Veen, BDE, Bissouma. All right, so it's Son, man of the match for Scott. BDE is nobody. Well, there you go. Nobody gets a BDE. Apparently, no one showed that they had that thing to Scott. Chris Peters, man of the match is Madison and Son. Maddie's son, as you can say. Batty the Maddie and Son. BDE, Van de Veen. Great shout there, Chris Peters. Boxing Kangaroo, Van de Man, definitely Bro Crush, man of the match. Hasper said man of the match is Pedro Porro. Interesting shout there. Interesting shout indeed. Bobby says Sonny was my man of the match. Spurs GCTV YouTube chat member, man of the match, probably Van de Veen. BDE was Sonny. Sonny with the brace. Talk to me nicely. Derek Smith. Okay, then Bissouma is BDE every game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He it used to be the Christian Romero BDE award because he won it in his first season damn near every week. Boxing Kangaroo BDE goes to Ugodi. That's a good shout. Man of the match, Van de Veen, BDE's son, says Thaddeus. Big up Thaddeus. Zapur. Here's a question. If you've already addressed this, I've been in and out, and now I'm fully on board. Thoughts on Sonny getting subbed? I think he was not 100%, and that's why he got subbed, so I'm fine with that. He's not 100%, and he still got the brace. Talk to me nicely. And then shout out Kate with the super chat, the lone super chat of the day. Big up Kate. Thank you for that. Zapur. Question, these Arsenal fans telling us to calm down. We only drew, but we're not celebrating the draw. But the fact of how wrong as hell they were about their words like slaughter. What do I think about it? I think it's silly. Everyone's doing a different dance. They were doing the ha-ha chicken dance on Friday, and now they're doing the dead man dance. They're doing the funeral dance, you know, the left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I will say is I think it's funny. What I think about it is funny. We're not they're finding an excuse and they're holding on to it. Now their narrative is, look at the mentality, celebrating a draw while we're pissed. We're not celebrating a draw. We're celebrating the mud that has found every single Arsenal fan that fucking disrespected us. The thing is, they disrespected us. All the fans, pundits, big news, YouTube news, Twitter, everyone said they're fucking us up, slaughtering us. We heard it all. My ass is going numb. Nita in the show. But absolutely, I think it's hilarious, Zapur. Son of a gun, man of the match is Van de Veen. That's a great shout. Man of the match, Van de Veen all day long from Kate. Man of the match for Zapur is Madison. BDE's Sonny, an honorable mention, Van de Veen. There you go, Zapur, big up. James Paratrooper flying in with his... Dropping in from the skies with his man of the match, says Sonny, man of the match for his leadership and the brace. Good shout there. Ben Kaufman, man of the match is Madison, BDE is Bissouma, and Daddy is Sonny. Very interesting. A third option there came out from nowhere, but I appreciate it indeed. West Coast Cacarel says, man of the match, Van de Veen, secretly the cool, calm head in the back line for a North London debut, and BDE is Sonny. He talked the talk, and then he walked the walk. And I like that. That's a great shout. Let me see who threw theirs in last minute before we end it off. But big up Just a Harmless Potato. Good evening. Hello, how you doing? Let's see. Gary Merson. Yeah, he's ugly. He's ugly is what I'll say. Where am I? Man of the match, Son for Kudu. Ian McKinney says, way too many acronyms. I mean, I just don't want to say dick all the time on my channel because then I get demonetized like yesterday. Yesterday, first ever watch along, Ash got demonetized. I couldn't stop cursing, flipping. They showed shots of the Arsenal and I was just like, Q, just over and over, you know. So it wasn't the most intellectual of streams I've ever had. It was more of a animalistic, primal being. And that's what I say. I keep the vibes immaculate Monday through Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, you might get a little bit out of bounds, Jacob. A little bit primal, barbaric, if you will. And that was definitely on full display. And YouTube said, yeah, limited ad monetization for you, you fucking crazy bastard.
Jacob Unleashed. I like that.
Jacob on. Maybe that's what I'll title I'm going to do like a cut up of like some of the best reactions. But it's kind of weird for me to cut up my own reactions and be like, these are the best reactions of my... That's kind of fucking weird, right?
I mean, it's a reaction, so...
Yeah. Kudu says, man of the match, Son. Good morning, Tony D. How you doing? Talk to me nicely. Good morning. Kudu says, man of the match is Sonny and Matters. Gina, man of the match is Son. BDE goes to Van de Veen or Bissouma. RVP says, man of the match, Arsenal player in the training who injured Trossard. Is that where he got hurt? Was in training? That's interesting. I was actually worried about Trossard, not going to lie. Ryman's Son, man of the match, Son. And then BDE, the ginger from Sweden, Kulusevski. Interesting. That's the first vote for Kulusevski. David says, man of the match, Son. BDE goes to Van de Veen. Rich says, man of the match, Matters. BDE, Van de Veen. Rich says, just curious, does anyone know why Bissouma wears a sleeve on one arm? Because he's that quarterback, baby. He's dropping back into the pocket. He's looking left. He's looking right. Long ball. I don't know. I actually have no idea why. Big up Ibarra. Bro, I love you, big dog. I fuck with your take on having a Spurs channel. Come on, you Spurs. Big up. Appreciate that. Compliment before we end off here. I think that's everyone's BDE and man of the match. So I think we all right. Let me see how we doing on the video. 109 likes. Y'all blessing me this evening. Thank you. 113 votes. So we're doing good in the poll as well. 59% says Spurs should have won. We dropped 2 points. Very, very good shot there. He's been in that chair for 3 days straight. Yeah, my ass is asleep, son. Kate says special mention to Vicario. He did keep us. He was great on the day. I thought both goalkeepers were putting in a hell of a shift. That honestly, the save on that Brennan Johnson shot from David Raya. Fuck you, David Raya. But that was good. I'm a goalkeeper, and I gotta give props when a goalkeeper do something nasty out there. And that was bro was all the way in the left side of his goal, and he shimmied all the way to the right. Got a hand, just one hand to that, bro. That's a special goalkeeper. That to do that, you were fully in your bag. And so shout out David Raya. That was a great performance. Big up Jay Kismat as well. Big up Teabag. What do you think of my username?
Well.
A shameless montage show. Do it. All right, maybe I'll show it on a show instead of making it a video. When Son scored, Jacob just repeated Son over and over like a caveman psychopath. It was I think that is Son. It was, bro. It was 30 seconds after they just went up on a bullshit penalty. Come on, I was going hard. Come on. You both did a great job on your watch longs. Yeah, good job. You were there on We Are Tottenham TV. About 10 times 1,000 the amount of viewers as me, so the pressure was cooking for you. Good to see you can work. Me, I had like 30, 40, 50 people tuning in at once, and like we were just having a good time. I was going ballistic. In the 2 games we've dropped points this season, we've had the same ref. He's given 2 penalties against us and 8 yellow cards. First King, I did not know that. I don't like to look into the ref shit too much personally. Please click that like. Big up J-Co. Appreciate you help plugging that. We are at 112 likes. Y'all have blessed. Let's see. Did we hit the subscriber goal of 5 new subs? No new subs. Let me refresh. 1 new sub. Yeah, we're 4 away. We are 4 now away from 2.5K, which is huge.
Celebrate the small wins, man.
Hey, and also I like to acknowledge it was just one of you who said, you know what, I heard you, Jacob. I hear you, and guess what? I hit that subscribe, and I appreciate you for doing that. Usually when you do that, someone will unsubscribe just to fuck with you. But the viewers here aren't too many trolls, so I appreciate y'all hitting that like and subscribing. We are 4 away from 2.5K. That's absolutely huge. Can I make the BDE Romero? You absolutely can, because with all that mess, he still didn't get a red. The guns on him. They're loving your guns, Ashmatic. So I'm saying he gets paid to show them puppies off, and you got some free sneak peeks when that little sleeve slipped. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that sleeve sneak up the shoulder a little bit. We got a view of them firecrackers. Come on. Zapur says, told you David Raya would show up. I'm okay with Vicario. Not going to lie. I want a Raya. Hate that Arsenal got him. Yeah, absolutely. We can still respect him even though he's on a rival. We can still respect him. Big up Loki Chamuka. That's a great name. Yeah, that's a great name. Big up. Matter interview topped everything after Saka celebration. Absolutely. We did cover that earlier in the show. Kudu says, what is BDE? The big dog energy, big dick energy. That guy who was the big dog on campus. That's what that award is. 4 away. We just hit 8 away. Oh, Newcastle. That's great. Thank you for that. Congratulations on that very big I think it was a record for y'all. Kudu says I would subscribe if I wasn't already. So big up. Thank you for already being subscribed, Kudu. Big up Daniel Sandoval as well. Don't want to miss anybody saying hello. Alfred Oscarson is in the house. Good to see you guys. The season is starting better than I expected. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Yeah. And Cubed with the late one. Can't decide who should get man of the match versus BDE between Van de Veen and Sonny. You can give it to them both respectively. In an effort to change some of my answers around from my panelist member here, my guest of the day. My man of the match is going to Son. 150 Premier League or 150 Tottenham goals. He is absolutely my captain. While some doubted, some hated, I doubled down. I sunk my heels in, as did many others. And guess what?
What?
Return on investments. Talk to me nicely. Heung-min's Son has continually proved why he is still a world-class finisher. The finish, the ability with 3 clunky bastards around you. You don't want to get hurt in that moment. All you want to do is take one touch of the ball after James Maddison just spun Bukayo Saka and his dumbass celebrating, just spun him around, put him in a tutu. Like a little ballerina. He did that. Put him in a spin cycle. Washing machine. We need a double spin release, please. And Son, to get that little touch, that one touch, all he needed, he showed everybody why you stupid as hell when you put Gabriel Jesus as your striker in your combined 11. Again, go back to everybody talking about, his Son doesn't make it. He doesn't even make it over Trossard. Front three's got to be Saka, Gabriel, and Trossard or Martinelli. Take your pick. And they didn't want Son to be in there. But guess what? Whether you didn't want to or not, greatness comes knocking at your door. And guess who fucking answered the door? Arsenal. We came to your home. We took your lunch. We shitted in your toilet. We didn't even flush. We took the wipes. We threw them on the ground. We went into your kitchen. What's your favorite sandwich in there? I fucking ate it. Did I leave you leftovers? No, I ate the pickle too. Chips? Gone. Ate them too. We walked into your home and we ate up. Only thing we left was the damn furniture. Congratulations, you kept your furniture. Heung-min's Son absolutely, without a doubt, single-handedly proved every single person who doubted him, Spurs fan, rival fan, any casual fan, put you in the fucking mud once again.
That's right. Amen.
He's a fucking legend.
Amen, brother. That was a good preach, and I'm here for it because I myself too, I'm here to back the captain. You know, he talks smack. He walked the walk, and he backed his talk. That's what he wanted to do, really. Go back the team, and he did it. So
the second goal was just being a clinical fucking striker. But that first goal, that first goal was much like his first goal of the season. The little cheeky dink over the top of the. You don't do that if you ain't fucking feeling yourself. If you ain't on that dance floor like, I know I'm sexy, baby. I'm dripping with sexiness. For me, I'm dripping with sweat. That's what I'm saying. He was feeling himself. They said, come out here and dance battle me. And he took their bitch home and he ate their sandwich in their own bed. Post coitus. Talk to me nicely. Hey, just hit him with that beep, beep, motherfucker. Come on now. Hey, don't watch. Hey, don't let me lose now. Come on. Man of the match got to be Sonny for me. Brace on the day, North London Derby. Talked his shit, backed it up, all the above. I could go on for hours about why Son gets every plaudit again. But 150 goals, Tottenham shirt. Absolutely love it. Spurs fans need to quit sleeping on their own legends. The legends that you have in your home, go ahead and give them a hug while they're here. Big up Dundada as well. Big up Dundada every single time. Appreciate you being here. Big up Roy Park is in the house as well. Your metaphors are sublime. Appreciate that. You better not come to the Emirates and go toe-to-toe with Arsenal is what they said. You better not come to the Emirates and play that Ainge attacking style of play. We're going to get torn apart if we come play that way at the Emirates. We're going to get slaughtered. We're going to go out there and we're going to make a massacre of them. What they saying now? Boo-hoo. They saying the same thing their manager. Boo-hoo. Bukayo Saka. Boo-hoo Saka. They're all crying right now. And it's fun. I drink it up. I eat it up. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. Drip that on me. Saucy, baby. Poro gets honorable mention from Tony D. Maybe not dripping, says Ian McKenna. Oh, you must not know me well enough. I stay dripping. You know me. Gina Kim, TJ owe you a sandwich. He's saying he getting off on a technicality because we didn't win either. And I guess we didn't technically, say what would happen if it was a draw. But we did say if Arsenal won, I'd buy him a sandwich. If Tottenham won, The thing is with these Arsenal fans, they always move the goalposts. As soon as something happens, oh, well, it wasn't because of this. Okay, well, we win, it would have been, oh, well, you said this guy was going to score and he didn't. Just always moves the goalposts.
We won. I would say there's a war. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe. But we won the battle, but the war has not been won yet. So it's the small battles we win. Do you know what I mean? We move.
Mm-hmm.
We move.
We move. Absolutely. Big up. 115 likes. Thank you, lads. Big up everybody hitting them likes. Ashwarya says, since you're American, do you watch ESPN coverage? Why do they always do Spurs dirty? What I will tell you is in America, you get biased. You get legends of the Premier League, and they're all either Arsenal, Liverpool, or United. And because of those biases, they cannot judge us fairly. Now they're talking about Harry Kane different. They all have a different tone about Harry Kane because he ain't playing for Tottenham. The thing is, they all hate us because guess what? Same thing Richarlison said. A lot of people hate me because I probably scored a goal or two against your favorite club. And that's how these pundits are. They probably got some bad memory of some goat walking all over their throat back in the day that they don't want to give no love to Tottenham. Everybody loves to be Tottenham's rival. That's what it is. Everybody loves to be Tottenham's rival. They like to say this, that, and the other. Because guess what? At the end of the day, what you can't take away from us, no English club ever won a European trophy before us. So
that's everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Spurs. The remix.
Yeah, no, they for real. They do. They absolutely hate us. Arsenal tears so good. Gang, gang. Arsenal tears so good. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. You know that NPC shit? You seen that on making the rounds? That chick is rolling $7,000 a day to go out there for an hour and go, ice cream so good. Feeling like a cowgirl. Thank you so much. Hot dog. Thank you. Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's weird. The NPC culture is taking over. And I might transition. You might find me on TikTok one day going, ice cream so good. Yum, yum. And be a total just, you know what I'm saying?
It's all right.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. All those little, she ain't saying it just for free. Imagine if every word I said was because someone paid me to say it. I'd be a fucking millionaire right now.
Trust me.
Yeah, but ESPN, they're trash. I hate watching ESPN. That's actually what led me down the YouTube route because I was tired of these fucking biased opinions. Even in the game coverages, when it's not ESPN and it's NBC or Peacock and they got their announcers, they're biased as hell. They're all throughout the match the entire time. I wasn't even listening. I was doing a watch along. I could still hear them bitching and complaining about everything that was going for Spurs and all the difficulties Arsenal are facing. It's always sympathetic to anybody but Spurs, and I hate it, honestly.
Jacob, one thing I'll say is, fuck them. Fuck them until they love you. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, this is the thing. Yes, anyone in America will tell you ESPN coverage is miserable. As I used to tune into ESPN FC. It's like their football roundup show. But you know what? The Big Six, Turkish London, that channel, they do a better job of fucking recapping it. It's funnier, it's more entertaining on all levels. And that's on YouTube. That's free. You don't even gotta pay for that shit. You gotta pay for ESPN Plus to watch a bunch of dorks sit in a fucking air-conditioned studio and blabber on about how they were so good for Aston Villa back in the day. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. I was a West Ham goat. Shut the fuck up. Y'all blow bubbles. What are we doing here? Is this a kid? Is this a children's summer birthday party at a track meet? Is that what we're doing here? I don't get that. Is fucking weird. My wife was like, "Oh, I like bubbles. That's cute."
Michael Jackson liked bubbles.
Hey, he had a monkey named Bubbles. Yeah, anyone in America will tell you ESPN is absolutely the worst. I think that's why so many people shout out everyone who tunes in on YouTube, because without y'all, the shows wouldn't be what they are. And honestly, YouTube, I find better, more unbiased commentary. Again, you can get biased Tottenham commentary here, but there's a lot of great channels out there that you should go support. But yeah, they all suck. But that's going to do it. Oh, wait, my BDE of the match. I didn't even say my BDE. I'm going with Ainge Postecoglou with that BDE. He ain't worn a suit all season, but guess what? He knew the occasion. He dressed up. He said, we going to dinner with the finest now. I need to look sharp, feel sharp. And guess what? The squad was sharp. We had a sharp result. Absolutely fantastic. Ainge Postecoglou, you are the father of us all. And the sooner people come to terms with the fact that he likely impregnated your mother and that's why you're alive right now, the sooner you'll be a happier man. So I'm going to end the show with that thought. Just think, at some point, Ainge Postecoglou found your mother, planted his seed, and now you are here today. So give thanks to Big Papa Ainge Postecoglou, the father of us all. And that's going to do it here for episode number 58 of the Untitled series on United Spurs of America. I want to say special thank you. 117 of y'all have hit the like on this video at this juncture. So shout out to those of you live who hit that like. And then also big shout out to those of you who are hitting like right now on playback, 2.5 hours in on playback, because y'all are goats as well. So big ups to all of y'all. I want to say big up to and thank you, Ashmatic, for joining on. I know I hit you with the late night request, hit you with that late night text. Better not be that late text. Shout out Wheezy. But I hit you with that late night text and you arrived on time. So I appreciate you coming in. You like the Brennan Johnson off the bench. You came in, you mopped it up, you cleared it up, and long may it continue. So thank you as well for joining. Go, if you haven't already, subscribe to Southview Coys. Catch more Ashmatic there. Appreciate what y'all doing. Appreciate you coming on here as well. And I do want to say, again, I was trying to end epically with like, Ainge is your dad and he boinked your mom at some time. And don't let that be upsetting. You know, like in the playground and school, they used to, oh, your mom, and people get so upset. Like, you didn't, that was my mom, you know, and shit like that. But this is Ainge Postecoglou. Like everyone's more better for the experience now than they would have been. So just accept it into your life. Talk to me nicely. Ainge Postecoglou is the father. James Madison's better than Odegaard. And Arsenal ain't shit. They ain't title contenders, because if they are, then that means we are too. If you're going to say Arsenal are title contenders, you couldn't beat us at your own home. Talk to me nicely.
Ainge is your manager's favorite manager. And we'll end it like that.
Yeah. Hey, you know the photo your girl look at before you get on top of her at night? It's a photo of Ainge Postecoglou. All right. That's all I'm going to say. That's a better. I like that. He's your manager's favorite manager. That's like, bro, no matter when you lay your head down at night, you already took the L. Ainge is up. Ainge is up. That's it. But big ups to everybody who tuned in. I appreciate y'all. I do want to say a special shout out as well to Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs, hitting us with the first super chat of the day, and then David with the next and last super chat of the day. Big up David as well. We stuck by our captain all the way. Did I talk about this? I don't think I talked about this. Sorry if I missed this, David. But big up, we did back. David, you were here. J-Co was here. I was here. C-Cubed was here. There's a bunch of us who were here. All right? So let's not get it twisted. Let's not let the hate outride the love, because we've been loving on that man non-stop. Even when he was having a down season, he still got double digits goals in the Premier League. Talk to me nicely. But that's going to do it here for the show. Big up, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you tomorrow as well for episode number 59 of the Untitled series. But until next time, up the lads. Wait, stay fresh, stay blessed. Up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
You Spurs, come on, you Spurs.
Quiz.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.